welcome to Weekly Affirmations, the positive feel-good show about freeform and indie RPGs. Laura QQ, could you kick us off with our theme song, please? Or maybe not.
What's it? Weekly Affirmations, a positive feel-good show. The most positive thing on this channel called Hyper Rabbit Power Go. It's pretty decent.
It's pretty decent.
Seems pretty decent to me.
So welcome everybody to the start of another wonderful weekend. It is a beautiful day here in Seattle. It's actually 80 degrees for once. It's wonderful. It's just like home. So I see all you folks in chat. I see Ithriel and Binky and Lizzie and Small Fry and Fen and Talk and Aranax and Elsa Squatcho and Final Fantasy IX Master. It is wonderful to see you all today. I am super excited for today's show for several reasons. So we might as well, I guess, get started with the introductions. So, as you know, I am the Strix. I am the host of this show, and I am a game designer, a gaming academic, so I write really boring papers that nobody reads about games.
I think some people read them.
Very few people read them. Hyper Rabbit Power Go!
All right.
There you go.
I will get better on this Hyper Power Rabbit Go.
It takes practice.
Yeah, it's definitely an art form.
Strix Day. Hope that you've recovered from the marshmallows.
Oh my gosh.
You ate a lot of marshmallows the other day.
Yes, I did. So
How many?
I ate over 40 marshmallows live on camera.
Wow.
Hyper Rabbit Power Go!
Oh my god. Yay!
Can I get an affirmation for Lizzie and Small Fry, please?
Yes, you can. But the first one is going to go to Eridinsk. Thank you so much for starting off us with that donation.
MC Chat seems to love your papers.
I think actually Hyper RPG Chat has read my papers more than any other academic institution.
That's pretty awesome.
So they're now experts on Jungian depth psychology, actually.
That's pretty
They're
smart.
Pretty well versed. They could probably tell you about Shadow and Ego Bleed better than I could.
I think Chat's pretty smart. They're definitely well versed.
What? What was that, Laura?
The YouTube video that I used for the mystical sound effect was taken away.
No! Okay, we'll have to find something else.
What happened?
So there's a special sound effect that we play when we do affirmations.
Okay.
Lizzie's telling me that we don't have that sound anymore.
Oh no.
Can we switch to Joe's Angels until we get something else? I mean, Joe's gone, so we might as well just use it, because he's gone. So in case you're just joining us and you have no idea what's going on, here on this show, if you subscribe or donate at least $5, you get an affirmation from our handy dandy affirmation matrix. It can be dedicated to you, or if you're feeling positive and generous, you can dedicate it to someone else. So the first one goes out to Eridinsk today. So, Eridinsk, you are a bodacious, clarifying mermaid.
That's a pretty cool mermaid.
It's a bodacious, clarifying mermaid. And usually we have a sound, so we're just gonna do it ourselves. There we go. Oh, that's lovely.
I feel like it's very angelic. Yeah, I
It
get
is.
it. I feel like the need to pray after that.
That's a little, maybe too far. So the next one is from Binky, and it is to Lizzie and Small Fry. So that's wonderful. Thank you so much for spreading the joy around. Ooh, yes. So Lizzie and Small Fry, you both are proud, scintillating kangaroos. Oh, that is like terribly angelic.
Yeah, that's pretty awesome. I feel very enlightened or empowered by that music.
Oh, Eridink says it's raining where they're at.
Oh.
It's finally not raining in Seattle, so maybe we can push some of our
Yeah.
non-rain onto you. Oh, thank you so much, Mosley, for following us.
Yeah.
Hope you enjoy the show.
That's
So,
awesome.
Where were we? Oh yeah, introductions.
Okay.
So I'm Strix. I do lots of things with games. I write for video games, I write for analog games, I do research, I do design work, I do consulting on diversity and inclusion, and I have this whole other daytime job that I don't talk about that's in tech startup, but that's really boring. So that's me. And the three things that I like, Hyper Rabbit Power Go!
I think the slow motion works, because like now I'm better prepared for it.
Trying to give you a little...
Yeah, I like it. It's good.
Can you give Hot Sid players some love?
So that was from Imster667. And was that what?
Hot Sid players?
Hot Sid. Imster, you're gonna have to explain what Hot Sid is, because maybe I should know this, but I don't.
Yeah.
Hot
familiar with
Sid. By the way, Imster, I know who you are. Hyper Rabbit Power, go!
Hashtag Eva would like an affirmation for QQ. She's doing great.
Excellent. So that was from Aeronax and Evo for Lore QQ. We'll do her just in a second here, but first, from Imster for Hot Sid players, you guys are delicious. Jumping Tanuki. Oh, that's so cute!
Yeah, that's a pretty cute one. And less angelic.
And ding!
I like that.
Strix facts. She's making a list and checking it twice. Pastor Recoil. Who's in Tulsa? Imster QQ's in Tulsa? Hyper Rabbit Power, go! Yes.
Oh my god.
They know your name already.
Hashtag weekly affirmations. I spy an awesome person. Strix, please can has affirmation for Ajit George.
Absolutely. Hyper Rabbit Power, go! Oh, wow.
That's really sweet. You got some pretty awesome fans here.
Mm-hmm.
Chat is...
Here's some more money for
pretty
that
neat.
King Crab and hashtag DFA. Please send an affirmation to that.
Yeah.
Adorable. Mechanit's lovely pair of autocannon 20s. Hashtag Shaiwasi
pretty
hopes
awesome.
to see it on the battlefield
man.
soon.
Excellent. So that was $50 towards the King Crab, which is super excited. That's from Rimmon. So we'll get to that affirmation in just a second. I did my undergrad at the University of Tulsa also, so shout out.
Yeah, neat.
I did my graduate school work at Pacific Graduate Institute in Santa Barbara, which is where I wrote most of my papers out of. So let's catch up on these affirmations, then we can continue with the introductions and the things that we like this week. So, Laura QQ, you're up. I don't know if you want to come in here and receive your affirmation, or if you want to stay in the AV box. It's up to you. But give me a sign. There you are. That was a sign.
Oh.
So, do you want to? Oh, you're gonna have to do the jumping over the couch thing.
Oh, I got short legs.
Oh, Laura. Oh, okay. So this one was from Aeronax.
All right.
So you can blame Aeronax
Okay.
because you are
That's awesome.
The odds.
a sweet, abiding goo.
The odds that I've been on here how many times, and that's
You've gotten goo like 3 times.
Yeah.
The universe is
Yeah, the
telling you.
universe
no.
is definitely telling you
All right.
something.
So what do you got? Sweet, abiding goo.
I don't think.
Oh, that's like an angry rat.
I don't know. Like I can't like the gack sound.
Is it the
Okay,
that? There we go. Your sweet abiding goo, Laura QQ. I hope you feel affirmed.
I feel
That's
so
very
affirmed.
gooey.
Excellent.
That's
Thank you
awesome.
so much.
See if I can get out of here.
Okay, just be careful. Ryan almost bit it last time.
I'm so agile.
There you go.
Yeah, that
All
was
right.
pretty cool.
Okay. Next up is for you, Ajit, from
Great.
Real. So by the way, this is Ajit, and he's going to introduce himself in a second. He is a very special guest, and we'll probably tell you why in a little bit here. So you ready for this?
Yeah, I'm good to go.
You know the rules?
Apparently I have to make a sound that goes along with it.
Yes, you do.
All right,
Okay.
I will do my best.
All right.
Please make it be easy.
Oh, goodness. So, Ajit,
Okay.
you are a scruffy, arresting phoenix.
Scruffy arresting phoenix.
A scruffy, arresting phoenix. That was great.
That was terrible.
We have the magical chimes on top of that. That was
Oh
perfect.
my god.
Someone
that was-
please gift that.
Please do not gift that. Do not ever
Zareya, thank you
delete
so
that
much
from
for
the internet.
following us.
Delete
You
that
did
from
it
the internet.
at just the right time. Oh, honey, everything stays on the internet
Yeah.
forever.
You're gonna kill me. Wow.
Okay, let's see who's
Okay.
next. See, that wasn't too bad. Okay, the next one is from Rimmon, and it is for that king crab mech.
Oh,
All right,
man.
$50. Okay, so this is for the mech, which will be featured maybe later tonight on DFA
Great.
if we get enough donations towards it. So, king crab mech, you are a shy, applauding chupacabra.
So what does a chupacabra sound like?
Well, a shy, applauding chupacabra sounds like this.
Wow, that's pretty intense and a little scary.
Welcome to Weekly Affirmations.
That was pretty cool. I like the lucky gauge.
So, before we get any farther, today is Free Key Friday, which means that every time we get a sub, we're giving away a free Steam key to someone in chat. You do have to be active, so make sure that you're not just sitting there going bleh the whole time, because we want to give you keys. We're trying to give stuff away. After my show today at 6 p.m. is Death from Above. We have a special guest star, Ryan Day, who flew in from LA to be with us, and he is going to be our villain of the day. Super looking forward to that, and we'll see if we survive. Hyper Rabbit Power!
Go! Sorry, I'll get this hyper power rabbit because I go bang down before the end of the show.
I do not think Jim Stewart Allen ever got an affirmation, so an affirmation for him. Hopefully he will realize who should have the power.
Thank you for that. All right, Jim Stewart, I hope you are watching or are going to have someone tweet this to you because, Jim Stewart, you are a wily, befriending gecko. That is really like the perfect replacement sound for the one that we had. A wily, befriending gecko. And, you know, geckos chirp, so it's like a wily gecko, so it's like cheep, 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 because it's befriending as well, so it's like cheep, 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 cheep. Right?
Do geckos cheap?
Geckos definitely cheap.
All right.
At least the ones in India do.
Yeah, I'm always confused by the geckos there.
They're very cheapy.
That's true.
All right, so chat, we like to share 3 things that we like this week, or really whenever, and we want to hear what you like as well this week. So go ahead and chat to us. What's going on with you? We may read some of them out loud. For me, this week, I really, really like melon tea, specifically with fresh honeydew melon, because that's one of my new favorites. I like the type of Pocky that is filled with chocolate, so not on the outside like regular Pocky, but the special Pocky with the chocolate on the inside. And the third thing that I like is this guy right here. This guy. Do you know why? Because he's my boyfriend.
I don't know if you said it loud enough.
He's my boyfriend!
All right, there we go.
This is my boyfriend! You maybe already knew that. If you didn't, this is him. He's a pretty cool guy. And I'm super excited after 6 months of running this show that you can finally join me.
Yeah, me too. It's pretty awesome to be here.
Why don't you introduce yourself? Who are you?
I am your boyfriend.
Well,
I also have a name, but apparently first I'm your boyfriend.
The boyfriend?
The
He's
boyfriend.
gonna call you the boyfriend for the whole show.
Yeah, you could do that.
Oh, Damoon Rules likes chocolate banana Pocky. I haven't tried that flavor yet.
There you go.
And then Pastor Recoil likes fajitas, hazelnut coffee, and air conditioning.
Thank
I
you,
like the air
chat. You
conditioning
guys
too.
are all so nice. Yeah.
He's heard so much about you guys.
Yeah, it's been kind of cool to watch your show and see chat so nice and warm to you, and like you play these great games online and on air, and so it's great to be here. I am the boyfriend. It's pretty awesome. Yes, I am the boyfriend from now on.
No.
You can call me the boyfriend. But my real name is Ajit, and
What about you? What do you want to tell chat?
I'm director of operations for an NGO. I do some work in games, also some consulting. What else should they know?
Whatever you want to tell them.
What do you think would they like to know?
What's your favorite tabletop RPG?
Oh, that's tough. I mean, like old school love might be Vampire the Masquerade. Though of course I started off with D&D and I love D&D. But I have a real soft spot for the White Wolf stuff in general, World of Darkness.
Hyper Rabbit Power Go!
I'm your consort. Wow, you're pretty powerful. I'm Mr. Strix, the consort, the boyfriend. Wow, I love all my titles. Chat, you guys are awesome.
They are awesome.
Yeah.
The boyfriend. So this is from Pastor Recoil, and this is for the boyfriend, which I believe is you.
Okay, great. Fantastic.
So the boyfriend.
Yes.
You are a quiet, cooing sylph.
Okay. I gotta do this sound?
Wait. A quiet, cooing. There we go.
Okay.
So what does a quiet, cooing sylph sound like, my dear?
I have no clue, but I'm gonna attempt it.
I think that's perfect.
Okay. I think you're being generous, but that was like my good effort.
Rubber power, go!
Hyperpower Rubber go, sorry. Old World of Darkness. Lizzie the Bold is Old World Darkness is what I like.
Hashtag Eva would like to
nice.
apologize for delaying by offering an elevated advantage also.
Nice.
Welcome, Ajit.
Oh, thank you guys.
Oh, so that was from Aranax. I'm gonna get rid of these.
Wow.
That was a chunk of change.
Yeah. Really, you guys are awesome. And thank you for making me feel so welcome. Strix had asked me yesterday to come on the show, and I was definitely a little bit nervous and a little unsure about coming onto the show. I think this is like her space, and I didn't want to be invading it or messing it up with
all your male juju powers.
Yeah, my male cooties, but the boyfriend cooties. But it's nice to be here and have everybody very supportive and warm. So thank you.
Awesome. So before you get to your three things,
Yes.
Aranax, you are a calm, amusing dragon.
Wow, dragon's awesome. I would have loved that sound.
You were self.
Okay, you do the calm, amusing dragon.
Well, I was kind of waiting for the sound. Laura, QQ. Affirmation sound. Okay, I guess we're just gonna do it.
Yeah. I think you should just do it.
So calm, amusing dragon. So I imagine like Smog on a good day, right? So he's on his gold hoard maybe, or no, I'm imagining a Chinese dragon actually, the kind that's like kiting through the air like this.
Okay.
So it's a calm dragon and he's amusing. So he's like, human, look at that shiny ball. It's my nose. Go catch it.
I feel like we should just play this game where you're the dragon and we're gonna have an RPG based off of you being a calm, amusing dragon.
I mean, I have played a dragon before in a LARP.
Yeah.
Remember that?
Yeah, and you played it in an RPG with me.
When I was a dragon?
We were all baby dragons.
Oh, that one.
Yeah.
That was a Pillion.
Yeah.
Yes. And the other dragon game was a LARP, and it was
You were
Soul of the World.
You were much scarier in that game.
Much scarier.
Yeah.
Yes.
But your baby dragon was pretty conniving.
It was
and
pretty
awesome.
cool.
Yeah, that was awesome.
Oh, Laura was busy. That's why we didn't get the sound.
Oh.
That is okay. I'm sure you are running around like crazy back there, so no worries.
Great.
So, what are your three things?
Wait, what are 3 things I like?
Yes. What are 3 things you like?
Okay.
Uh-oh. The pad is restarting in 15 minutes.
I am
an update.
I am a Strix consort. I should be addressed as a Strix consort. Awesome.
The Strix consort.
I will be the Strix consort from now on. So the Strix consort likes ice cream.
Yes.
You're well aware of this.
What particular flavor?
Ooh, I like all flavors.
Butterscotch?
That's like the kids at SB.
I can't read anything.
Oh,
Oh,
cool.
wow, that was a resub from Ethereal. Can we get some resub hype, please? That is awesome. There it is.
Yay.
Get it, resub hype. It's a sandwich.
That's pretty cool.
Ooh, I think this one's perfect for Ethereal. Okay, Ethereal. You are a spicy, wandering Jabberwocky.
Jabberwockies are awesome.
There it is. Ta-ding. A spicy, wandering Jabberwocky.
Yay.
So it's like, you know, this like spicy Jabberwocky who is like, oh, I'm just wandering. Hyper Rabbit Power Go!
Wait, do we do it for resubs too?
Uh-huh.
I don't know.
If it makes a noise, I just do the thing with the
Okay,
fist.
right, let's do it.
So that was Final Fantasy IX
Yes.
Master. And that was also a resub. Yeah, that's great.
I don't know if Nightbot should refer to me as Ajit. I think she'd be like Strix consort.
Nightbot is a bot. We
Yes.
would have to tell it to change.
I think you should tell it to change.
Strix consort.
Yes. Oh my god.
Spicy, wandering, and Jabberwocky. So I'm imagining that's like jabba jabba, jabba 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 jabba, jabba jabba jabba
Oh my
jabba jabba
God.
jabba 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 jabba.
Wow, you're killing everything here.
No? Okay.
I'm at your mercy.
Okay, so the next one is for the resub from Final Fantasy IX Master, which is super awesome. And I'm so glad I remembered to say his name right. All right. Final Fantasy IX Master, you are an assertive, smiling chinchilla.
Pretty cool.
Pretty cool.
Yeah.
So that's like,
Wow.
right?
That was pretty scary still.
Gosh, I'm trying not to be scary. Okay, so you like ice cream.
I do.
What's the other thing that you like?
What flavor do I like?
Butterscotch.
No, as a stand, like my, probably like as my go-to would be like chocolate peanut butter.
Chocolate peanut butter?
Yeah,
Okay.
definitely. But I like all flavors.
I know you like all flavors.
Like, keep it varied. Okay, number 2, I really like Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu.
Mm-hmm.
And number 3, can I steal one from you?
Well, maybe.
Thank you.
Oh no!
Oh.
I can't stand it.
Oh.
No! Ooh! We're gonna have to censor that.
I know. Are we allowed to kiss on air?
So cute.
Oh no! You're gonna make me blush.
Did we get scolded?
No, she said so cute.
Oh, okay, great.
So that apparently is okay for Twitch. We want to
Yes.
make sure to not cross any lines
Yes.
here. Okay, so what we are playing today, I'm very excited for because we are playing A Single Moment. And this is by Toby Abad. Toby Abad is a Filipino game designer. He's looped into the indie scene, like many of us are, but he actually lives halfway across the world. So we invited Toby today into chat, but his time it's like 6 a.m.
Yeah.
So I'm not sure if he's actually here yet or not, or if he's gonna make it. But Toby, if you are in chat, please just let us know and let us know what your username is. I'm sure our fans would have lots of questions for you. So I will be keeping a lookout for Toby, but otherwise I guess let's assume that he's not here until he says hi. So, A Single Moment is a game that you can get on DriveThruRPG. You can get it in PDF, or you can get a hard copy, or you can get both. I have the PDF, and it's right here. And you're gonna want to print out some cards and have some six-sided dice available. There's an option to use tokens, but you don't have to. And what this game is really about is that point in a samurai movie where the two samurai are squared off against each other and like their blades are about to touch and something is gonna go down, right? Someone is gonna die.
What?
I mean, I will sacrifice myself for you, my love.
Wow. I feel like this game is
Hyper Rabbit
Power
Go! Yes.
I feel like this game is about our relationship.
What?
I'm like, why did you ask me on to play a game
Can we get
where we
our
duel
weekly
each other?
Emily affirmation? If we did, let's have another. Hashtag neonite, hashtag hash browns.
The strict concept
Emily.
of the universe.
I get an affirmation.
You get an
Thanks,
affirmation.
Genova Plus.
Is that so great? I'm
You're
so
awesome,
excited.
Emily.
Thanks, Ajit. You're awesome too.
Ooh.
Strix consort looks nervous. Don't
I look
Are you
very
nervous?
nervous.
Yeah.
Don't be nervous.
I feel like that's the kiss of death.
Then every kiss is the kiss of death.
Dun dun.
Oh my god, chat. Save me, chat. Save me, chat.
They're a bunch of trolls. They don't-
Nothing says romance like games where the happy couple.
Do you
has
remember
to
where
fight.
they made me eat 40 marshmallows last week?
Yeah, it's true.
No, this week. It was Monday.
Wow.
Still
Yeah,
feeling the
we're-
effects.
This is definitely going to be an interesting game.
Definitely.
But I think you're getting a
Yes, I
Hyper
am.
Rapper Power.
Go.
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 Go. Okay. Pastor.
Strix will murder him so good.
So
and I
good.
think now they're out for my blood.
They are.
Wow, they turned on me on a
They
dime.
just got a lot of loyalty.
Yeah, great. They liked me until they knew we were dueling. Then they're like, done with this guy. This guy's done.
cut off.
Oh my god.
Strix factor.
Great.
Strix has marked you for death. There's no saving you. I'm sorry, Strix consort. I'm
You're
Wow.
marked.
Oh my god. Strix
Strix
fact.
fact.
Kisses of death is how Strix shows affection. Fantastic.
And this is a positive, feel-good show.
Sure is.
All right, Emily, are you ready for your affirmation?
I am.
Okay. Emily,
There we-
Yes.
you are a powerful, appreciating salamander.
Ooh.
That's kind of cool.
I kind of like that. I
Yeah.
kind of like that. I've never been a salamander before. I've been
Yeah.
a gecko a lot. I feel like a salamander is kind of like.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
Thank you.
Yeah,
Thank
that's
you,
pretty
Emily.
cool.
Thank you for the
right, one
affirmation.
more high
Jeanette
five.
Plus.
Wish me
Yes.
luck, Emily.
You
Please,
guys-
Good luck.
please help me. Yeah, I think I'm dead.
No, my love, I want you to live. I will sacrifice myself for you so that you live on. Hyper rabbit power, go! Wow.
You guys are awesome.
That is great.
Hashtag NeonetBuys, hashtag too good to be true for hashtag DF. Also an affirmation for QQ, please.
Okay. So that was from Celadir for Laura QQ. First, we're gonna do Pastor Recoil, and then we're gonna do you again. And then we're gonna play this game.
Pastor Recall, whatever you do, the Honorable Strix concert, don't let her jam the bunny game for you. You know, we actually, little tip, we actually rewrote the Indian scenario together.
Yeah, P.S. We actually co-wrote the Warren setting that we used a couple months ago on this show when we ran it with Lizzie and Anna. So that
Yeah,
was
that
a
was
setting
kinda
we
cool.
created together.
Yep.
Yep. All right, so Pastor Recoil, you are a victorious, moisturizing chocobo. Dring! Dring! A victorious, moisturizing chocobo.
What is a chocobo?
Get out!
Oh my god, sorry. I guess this is the end of my relationship.
Chocobo from Final Fantasy. They're like the golden chickens that you ride around on.
Oh, okay. Yes.
When I was at E3, I remember when
Oh, yeah,
I
yeah,
got
totally,
chased by
totally.
security
Okay,
and
yes.
I like got on
now
a
I-
fat chocobo.
now I remember, yes,
That's
I
a
remember.
chocobo. It was a very fat chocobo.
Yes. I wasn't there with you, but yes, now I
Yes.
know. I remember the pictures.
Yeah, I got chased by security at E3. It was so worth it though. So it was at the end of E3, and like people have been taking pictures on this chocobo. Yeah, come in here, like all weekend, and I just
Yes,
didn't have
join us.
time because there was like always lines and stuff. So like it's the end of the show, we're breaking down, and it's just sitting there, roped off. And I'm like, this is my chance. This is my chance to ride that golden fat chocobo. And so I got like 2 other gamers with me, and I'm like, hey, come on, we'll all take pictures. And they're like, I don't know. And I was like, do it. And they were like, fine. So we went over and we like pushed the step ladder over and like moved the stuff. And they're like, who goes first? I don't want to go. And I'm like, I will do it. So I get up there and I like take the picture, and then I get down and like the next person's like, I will go now. And then that's when like security walks up and she's like, you need to stop. We are watching you on closed circuit television. You need to stop right now. You need to step away from the chocobo.
Oh my god, this is like the wholeness of our relationship. Did you ever tell him about you dressing up as a ninja?
No.
Okay, that's
You
another
should
story.
probably not tell that story.
Yeah, it's probably not a good story for camera. This is her life. This is our life. Or this is her life inflicted on my life.
What? By the way, that's gonna restart and I won't be able to read things.
Oh no.
So I don't know if while you figure that out, you want me to read your affirmation.
Wow.
Let's just.
Okay. Okay, so while that's happening, Laura, you are a gifted, encouraging python.
Ooh.
Ring!
I don't know how I can make the gifted sound as a python, but encouraging would.
Oh, you gotta do the eyes. At
Yeah, the
camera.
eyes are pretty cool.
I took
Yeah, encouraging.
ASL for a while, so it's all in the face.
It's true.
Oh, neat.
I want to see that
Yeah.
in my dreams.
Yeah, encouraging Python. I feel like that's certain doom. There's a lot of doom going
So
on here in the
much
show.
doom here.
Yeah, this is a positive show, right? Just
It is
checking.
a positive show.
Okay, just checking.
Thank you, Laura. And it's restarting. I mean, I don't know how to deal with those things,
If something
so
comes in, I'll just
tell
ping
me.
it and you guys can start the game.
Okay,
Great.
great.
Do you want sounds on or off during the game and me doing what I did last week?
Let's do what we did last week.
Okay.
Yes. Okay. Mr. Strix stuff brings up the best stories. You see what you've done? The whole point of being a ninja is that it is secret and nobody knows.
Okay, fine, fair. I won't say any more stories about Strix.
Just nothing
But she
ninja stories.
is as incredible off camera as she is on camera. She is pretty much a legit ninja. Retired.
Not retired.
Retired.
Anyway, today we're not playing a ninja game, we're playing a samurai game. And samurais follow the code of Bushido, unlike ninjas.
Okay.
So,
I'll do whatever you tell me.
we're totally doing a samurai game. So the setup of this game is that, again, there are two samurai who've come together at the end of a long story together, and someone's gonna get cut. And the way that we determine how all of this works is that we go through flashbacks in their relationship to find out what has caused them to come to this moment of someone striking the other person down. And so this is a free-form game. It involves 6-sided dice, but it's cooperative storytelling. So neither one of us is trying to win. We want to try to tell the best story possible together. So this is about making up fiction together that we find to be fun. So, we are using the X card today, like we use on my show every day, and like we think we should use on every show on Hyper RPG, like maybe, okay, Hulu, no comment. So the X card was invented by John Stravellopoulos. Some of you guys have heard this before, but basically this is a safety mechanic to allow us to navigate the game together in a way that is fun. Because if the games that you are playing are not fun, then you probably shouldn't be playing them. So the X card is very simple. It's a way to navigate around content that makes you uncomfortable, that doesn't fit with the narrative theme, that just really shouldn't be there. So the way the X card works is we may be talking in the middle of the game, and I may be like, here's my favorite example, giant spiders invade. And Ajit's like, holy crap, I hate giant spiders, I don't like this. X card. Hyper Rabbit Power, go! I can't read the thing.
I feel like Strix digestive tract should get an affirmation for dealing with all of that. Sugar and gelatin on Monday.
Yes.
Hashtag evil cares.
Thank you, Philip. So on Monday, I was on the Poke-Thulu game, and for whatever reason, chat was out for blood, and my blood specifically, Hyper Rabbit Power, go! Okay.
Strix, please give yourself an affirmation for eating 40 marshmallows.
Yeah.
I can do that. So Poke-Thulu went terribly wrong.
Yeah, I think chat almost killed you, and that would have been bad for me too.
You know who helped? Do you know who bought 4 marshmallows?
I have no idea who possibly could.
He bought 4 marshmallows.
I had nothing to do with this. This is not
That is
true.
10% of the total marshmallowage that I ate on Monday when I thought I was gonna die.
You like s'mores.
I don't like 40 of them at once. I went home and I was still not right the next day. Like I woke up and was like, that cat who's just kind of like rolling around on the floor going, ugh.
Well, you did well.
I survived. So, Philip, here is an affirmation for you. I hope you can take it into your weekend and feel super awesome because you are an effulgent, bolting sphinx. Bring. There we go. Laura always just waits long enough where I'm like, do I have to do it? Do I need to do it? It's a good job, Laura. An effulgent, bolting sphinx. So it's like, sa, ya, sphinx, ya. Just like that.
That's what a sphinx does?
Mm-hmm.
All right.
Well, an effulgent, bolting sphinx.
Okay.
And I guess the next one is for me. I get an
Aw.
affirmation.
That's really cool.
Do you want to give me the affirmation? On behalf of Astro?
I think you can do it.
I can do it myself?
Yes, you should do it yourself.
Oh goodness, I would get this one. All right, I am a radioactive, calculating Shaggoth. So that's pretty interesting.
Yeah, I think that's actually really appropriate.
Hey,
Not for you, but like the combination of radioactive calculating.
Yeah,
Is,
so it'd be
it's a
like-
good combination. Oh my god. I fear for my life. Let me tell you.
Oh, you're gonna tell the world's smallest sob story with your smallest violin about how terrible it is to be dating me.
No, it's fantastic.
It's terrible.
It's fantastic.
So terrible.
A little scary sometimes, but mostly fantastic.
All right, so X card. We use it to get rid of things we don't like. It could be spiders. It could be something that we think doesn't fit with the theme. It could be stuff that actually makes us uncomfortable, like sexual violence. We have actually actively used the X card in our games before, here on the show, to great effect. And so we like having it around. We use it every time. If you want to know more about it, just Google X card and John Stravulopoulos. Good luck spelling that, because I still can't, and I've known that dude for 3 years. But otherwise, it is around. So, what's chat saying?
All shall love, Strix and despair.
All shall love me in despair. Woman after my own heart.
Yeah, there's some good quotes in chat for sure. And fun fact, the creator of the X card is my best friend.
That is true. He's my friend too, but he's your best friend.
He is my best friend.
And he's gonna be
in town in a few weeks.
In a few weeks.
Hopefully we can get him on here.
Why is he gonna be in town in a few weeks?
I don't know, you tell me.
Why is he gonna be in town in a few weeks?
You tell me.
Is it because we're throwing a party?
We're throwing some kind of
What
party.
kind of party are we throwing?
I don't know, you tell me.
I think we're throwing an engagement party because we're gonna get engaged.
That's gonna be awesome.
I'm so excited.
Woo!
You get a ring, and you get a ring, and I get a ring. We all get rings. But seriously, you're gonna get a ring.
Yeah, I'm
and
gonna get a ring, which is pretty neat.
Super excited.
Yeah, I think I'm really happy that we're doing a mutual engagement and that we're not surprising each other with the engagement, that we are doing it together and we're giving each other rings too.
Yes.
Mostly you're branding me and owning me.
True, I am owning the boyfriend consort.
Yes, the consort will be fully consorted. Oh wow, I guess.
Oh, look at all that love.
Thank you guys.
So Strix and Consort are getting engaged at the party in a few weeks.
Yeah.
We're not quite engaged yet because
Yes.
we are gonna give each other rings and then say
We
gushy
are.
things. And it's gonna be really great.
Yeah, it's pretty neat. We get to design the rings together and it's been really fun.
It's been super fun.
Yeah, it's been great. We're gonna see models of the rings on Sunday.
At least we are.
So
So,
thank you guys.
Engagement
Aw.
high. Engagement high. Okay, so now that we've gushed out all this lovely stuff, we're gonna try to kill each other on this game.
Yeah, well, now she's gonna kill me. So
I might let you live. It might be more interesting if I die.
okay, we'll see what happens. We're not gonna get engaged after this, though.
What?
Clearly, one of us is gonna be dead.
What have we done?
Oh my god.
So
this
a single
game
moment
is so romantic.
is a lot of fun. It's a 2-player game, and it can be played in short versions or long versions. The game that we plan today is going to be 3 chapters, if we can manage that. Yes.
Will the Strix consort be the Strix concubine?
And that might be going a little far. He can stay consort.
Okay.
We can give you a little crown.
No, that's nice.
Nice gold one.
That'd be kind of cool.
And this game can take anywhere from 2 hours, maybe a little bit less, to a whole night to play, just depending on how you want to do it. We're going to do the short version because we always run out of time here on the show. But I will let you know how this opens. So, 2 samurai stared at each other. Once they were friends, but time has come for honor to be regained and vengeance to be unleashed. Footing adjusted, grips tightened, eyes narrowed. A single moment, and it was over. Bum bum bum. So, to play a single moment, let's talk about what's in this PDF. It's about 40 pages long. You really don't need to print out all 40 pages. You just need to print out the cards, which consists of 3 different pages. So not a lot of ink has to be spilled. And what you need is paper and pencil, some 6-sided dice, and these cards to play, and then a partner to play with. So a single moment is a 2-player role-playing game that tells a story of how 2 samurai have come to odds and what bitter end awaits them. A single moment game begins with the 2 samurai upon a field with swords drawn and tensions soaring. But how it ends, that is not revealed until all the events in the past are remembered. These events are played through as a series of chapters that both samurai share in flashback. When all the chapters have been shared, the game finally reveals the dramatic conclusion of that single moment, and who will live and who will die. Okay, so There's a lot of explanation in here. I've kind of summed it all down for quick play during the game. But basically what we're gonna do is we're gonna start out with an opening scene, and I'll explain the mechanics as we go along so that we don't get weighted down with a bunch of information before we play. But the opening scene, you and the other player are standing face to face, ready for that final act of violence. There is one thing certain. Someone must die when that moment ends.
Oh my god.
It might be me. It might be.
Okay.
We don't know.
Let's get real. It's gonna be me.
Starting with the player who last saw a martial arts movie or documentary, the player declares the following and fills in the missing details. What?
Just a very generous donation on behalf of Rare Engagement.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh man.
Didn't you see?
So we're gonna read out the rest of the donations and subscriptions at the end of the show. That is super awesome.
Yeah, that's
I'm very
really,
touched.
really sweet. Really, really touching. Thank you guys.
Laura will bring in the list like she did last time, and we will give those affirmations at the end. Okay, so what was the last martial arts movie you saw?
Oh wow, that's been a long time. I can't think of the last one I saw. It was a Japanese one. It was something like something samurai. I remember. It was one. It's a recent. It was a black and white samurai one that was filmed recently, but I can't remember the name of it.
Seven Samurai?
It might be.
When did you see it?
A year ago.
A year ago?
Yeah.
Okay, I totally win then. So the last martial arts movie that I saw was on Netflix, and I actually don't remember what it's called because it was in Chinese. I think it's like the Snow Queen, or it's the one with she has the mask on. But basically it's like an epic fantasy setting, and there's like flying and stuff and then martial arts, and basically she has like this vendetta against this warrior king because she got scarred and she wasn't pretty anymore, and then she ran away, but he still loved her, but honor, so they died. And it was really great.
Wait, was it a samurai movie or martial arts?
Martial arts movie.
Okay, any martial arts movie.
Yeah, any martial arts movie.
Yeah.
So,
I mean, I saw like Crouching Tiger recently too, just like
well, that's a martial arts movie.
a couple weeks. Yeah, but I was thinking like a new one I hadn't seen. So.
Well, that's one I hadn't seen.
Yeah. No, for me, I'm just saying.
So it sounds like you should go first.
No, you definitely go first.
Okay, I will go first.
Yeah, you definitely go first. It's all you.
Okay, so the person who goes first declares the following. My name is... Ooh, let's go with...
Oh, it might be Twilight Samurai.
Kakita Ren. So my name is Kakita Ren.
Okay.
I'm gonna assume this is in the L5R world because that sounds like fun. I am of the Crane clan. This is my story.
Oh.
So I am Kakita Ren. I am of the Crane clan.
Okay.
This is my story. So now you do your version of the same declaration.
All right. I'm terrible with names. You want to give me a hand here?
Well, do you want to stick with L5R?
Yeah, I'm not as I played L5R a little bit, but I don't have your expertise in L5R.
Sure. So what clan would you want to come from?
Kind of like Crane, and I kind of like Scorpion.
So why don't we say a different clan?
Yeah,
Let's do Scorpion.
Let's do Scorpion.
So then your last name would be Bayushi, because
Okay.
you're a Bayushi duelist.
Okay.
So that's your last name. So you'd say Bayushi, insert whatever name that you want.
Bayushi. Give me a hand.
We could do Bayushi Arashi. Arashi is the word for storm.
No.
No? What are you aiming for?
A little too rhymey. I want something a little. Simpler.
Okay. We're making this hard. You could be Sasuke Bayushi. Bayushi Sasuke.
Bayushi Sasuke.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that sounds good. Bayushi
Okay.
Sasuke. My name is Bayushi Sasuke. I am of the Scorpion clan. This is my story.
No, it's my story.
No, it is my story.
It's my story.
It's my story.
All right. Then the two players work together to build a coherent setting. The two players will alternate making opening declarations. So these are these declarations right here, and also the same ones on the pad. Starting with the first player, who is moi. So the list must be completed in sequence. Established facts cannot be contradicted. So yes and.
Okay. Yes, of course.
Okay. So the first declaration is, it's during a time of. So it's during a time of civil unrest.
Okay.
The emperor has gone missing.
Oh.
And no one really knows what's going on or what's going to happen in the power vacuum. It's late fall, so the wind has a bitter tang to it when it blows through. And there are decaying leaves all around. It's brown and gold, but there's not a whole lot of green in the world. So it's sort of muted down. And there's this sense of unease in the world, the sense of decay and death, and also uncertainty. So it's during a time of decay and unrest.
So the empire is falling apart, would you say? Or is it
Not
in
yet.
decline? The empire's in decline, the emperor is missing?
Yeah, the emperor only went missing like last month.
Okay, the emperor is missing, the empire is in decline, and it is fall.
It's fall.
That's pretty evocative setting. I like that. It's really powerful imagery. Good, that's cool.
Okay, so then you do the next one.
All right, show me where the next one is. Here we go.
We stand upon.
Okay. And so, okay, we stand upon, and we're asking for the locale. And so, so this is like the immediate setting where you and I are right now.
Right now, about to duke it out.
Okay. We stand upon a golden spire.
Ooh.
Yeah, we stand upon a golden spire, which rises up from the last maybe monastery of an ancient crane household, or a crane holding. And it's a forgotten holding. And so like the buildings are crumbling, but the golden spire has always remained erect and beautiful, untouched.
What does it look like?
I think it's actually like a network of spires, and there's one taller than the other, and so it's sort of a maze of spires that go up into the heavens, and they've been reaching up to the heavens, and the final spire is larger than all the rest, and it's in the center, and it kind of just is arching towards the fading sun. And we are there on the fading as the sun is setting, I think.
So what does the area around our actual feet look like? What kind of ground is it?
I think it's like a gold dust.
Is it brick? Is it dirt?
Yeah. I think it's actually brick, but there's this gold dust that sticks to the brick and to the rock, and it captures like light, and it is everywhere.
So it kind of like throws up light.
Yeah,
It
I think
refracts
so.
light
I
a
think
little.
so. And this spire was made ancient for like long ago, and so no one knows how it was done or why this gold dust is there, but it's caught into the spires, and it's beautiful, and
it belongs to the crane?
It does.
So let's say that it is on the edge of crane territory.
Okay, that sounds good.
And that with the current unrest, maybe they're feeling threatened about their borders.
I think that's a good idea.
Okay.
Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah. I like
Alright.
it. I like it so far.
Okay, the next one is, it has taken us, blank, to come to this single moment. So describe the length of time the whole narrative will eventually take. Even give the game an epic feel if the timelines are longer than typical human lifespans. So, how long have we known each other, and what has really led to this point? So I'm gonna say that I'm a young duelist, since I'm a Kakita. I'm gonna say that I'm maybe 22, 23, and we have known each other since childhood because you were a noble hostage to our family. So in samurai settings, and especially in L5R, noble families will take hostages to ensure peace. So you would come and live with us as a family member, as an honored, respected family member.
Okay.
But you're actually a hostage, and we're keeping you because we want to keep everybody safe, because if we get attacked, you get attacked, right?
Yeah.
So is that okay?
No, that sounds great.
Okay, so you are a hostage.
Okay.
You are my childhood playmate, and we'll say that we were introduced when I was around 3 years old. I'm not gonna
Okay.
I'm gonna let you determine how old you were.
Yeah.
So you came into our house when I was 3.
Okay. That's great.
How old were you?
I think I was older than you.
Mm-hmm.
And I think I was maybe like 10 or 12, so almost a decade, like a decade older than you. And I think I of course hated being this hostage, but
you were treated so well.
yeah, but still I think I hated it inside. But you were somehow this you were so innocent and sweet as a child. I befriended you, and I cared for you. Maybe I was also a mentor a little bit, and taught you.
Did you ever serve as my Yojimbo? So Yojimbo is a guardian.
I think
You can say no.
no, I think yeah. I think I did. I think I did that. Yeah, I think I served as Yojimbo.
Oh,
Yeah,
that's great.
I like that.
So in case you're just joining us, I am Strix and this is Ajit, and the game we are playing right now is called A Single Moment. It's by Toby Abad, and you can find all his information by chatting to our moderators or the bot. And this is Weekly Affirmations, the show about indie and freeform games where we do positive stuff and have fun. That's about it. Okay, so the next thing is your turn. The story is about, and then you get to choose from one of the virtue cards. And the virtue cards are basically the 7 principles of Bushido, and narratively will hinge around that theme for the entire story.
Sure.
So you get to actually choose.
Okay.
And these are the actual Bushido codes.
Yeah.
So honesty and sincerity, benevolence and mercy, loyalty, rectitude, courage, respect, and honor. So out of these 7, what do we really want the game thematically and emotionally to hinge around? And you get to choose.
Ooh. Tough. I like benevolence and mercy, and I like loyalty. Those are the 2 that are speaking to me the most.
Benevolence and mercy really sticks out to me too as well.
Okay, so that's the one you like more? Let's go with that one then. All right, let's go.
Okay, so that is our hinging virtue.
Yeah.
So we'll take the rest of these, we'll shuffle them and we'll put them back in here.
Okay.
Okay, so benevolence and mercy guides us today on our quest to discover what has brought these 2 samurai to blows. They grew up together in a Kakita stronghold deep in Crane territory, and I am the younger, and you are the older, and at one point you were my Yojimbo, which is darling, and we face each other on top of a golden spire, swords drawn, ready to draw blood. What happened to us during those years?
I'm really curious.
Me too.
We're gonna find out.
All right, so I'm gonna put benevolence up here with the X card. Okay. So, by the way, the benevolence and mercy card has the underlying statement of understand when to befriend even one's enemy.
Okay.
Such as when a scorpion is taken hostage by a crane. Who knew? Who knew? Okay, so then this is when we start with chapters. And the way that we start a chapter is by choosing an active player. I'm going to go ahead and be the active player for this round.
Okay.
Because the active player makes all the choices in the chapter. So that will just be easier for you to kind of get with the program as we go along. So I am the active player. You're not the active player for this chapter.
Sounds good.
It will switch. You'll be the active player for the next chapter, and then I'll be the active player for the last one.
Okay.
Okay. So either player can start a chapter. The player who chooses to start a chapter is called the active player. That's moi. Depending on the number of chapters that you plan to play, we're planning to play 3. The active player may choose to not draw a virtue card. We're totally going to draw a virtue card because that sounds like fun. So this is the virtue card which this particular chapter will also hinge on.
Okay.
So overlay is benevolence and mercy.
So the overall theme for this story is benevolence and mercy, but this particular chapter is going to be...
This particular chapter is going to focus on courage.
Okay.
That's a good combo.
Yeah, that's a great combo,
Okay.
actually.
That sounds like fun. So while the overall story revolves around the chosen general declared virtue, which is benevolence and mercy, all the remaining chapters are based on other virtues of Bushido, like courage. As the virtues are inherently a part of a samurai's life, the active player should find a way to create a chapter while displaying or representing that virtue. So it should really inform our storytelling. And there's also a dice benefit that if you embody that virtue the most, you get 2 extra dice to rolls. So you kind of really want to like get into it.
Okay.
Make sense?
Yeah, so both if you embody courage and also benevolence?
Courage
or just,
for this chapter.
Okay.
Yeah. You get the bonus for this chapter based on this Bushido, which is courage. Okay. So step 2 is to declare the focus of the chapter. There are 3 focus cards. Depending on how many chapters you plan to play, you would use a focus card every time if you're only playing 3. If you were playing 5 chapters, you could choose to not use a focus card or to do so, but you do have to use all 3 by the end of the game. So, key focuses: the moment you cross the line, the promise, the time we still trusted each other. I'm gonna go with the promise.
Okay.
Yeah, I wanna go with the promise.
All right, let's see what happens.
Okay, so this is our key focus, is the promise. We don't know what the promise is yet, because we're gonna make that up.
Yeah.
But I have some feelings about where that could go. Okay. Step 3, set the scene and a key roll. So with the focus defined, the active player then states the details of the scene. The active player is allowed to define 1 key roll, which is another set of cards, at the point and share how the events of this chapter involve that personality. So key roll is like a different person. It could be you or me, but I think it's more interesting if we add a third party in here.
Okay.
So let's see who we have for key roles. The catalyst, the coveted, and the victim. I'm gonna go with the catalyst.
Okay.
I have ideas.
Yeah.
Yeah, the catalyst. So this is a third party. We don't know who they are yet, but they're gonna be a catalyst in this chapter.
Sure.
Okay. Step 4, play through the chapter. It's just that easy. So with the focus scene and any characters defined, so I guess we should define who that character is.
Yeah.
Play through the scene and allow the narrative to develop. So I'm going to say that the catalyst is my father.
Okay. Yeah.
And we're gonna call him Kakita. It's a good first name for my father. Kakita Yumi. That's very crane-like. Okay, so his name is Kakita Yumi.
Kakita Yumi. Okay.
And he's my dad.
Kakita Yumi.
Yes.
Great.
So he's the head kahuna around here.
Okay.
So we know who the catalyst is.
Right.
All right. So with those defined, build a relationship between the characters and relate to the chapter's virtue, which is courage. The active player is the GM of the scene, so that would be me, and will make any necessary rulings and decisions on any actions the samurai, key roles, or other characters take in the chapter. Ooh, I'm in control. Lady Kakyu,
Wow.
if we do Hikaru, we have to do a Karu too. It's only fair. Okay, so in the chapter, yes, each chapter has 7 choice tokens to be awarded. We're gonna use 7 dice, because they're just gonna be converted to dice later. And I get to do the awarding. So
Okay.
I can award them to myself, or I can award them to you. The catch is, if I dominate or win a thing, he gets the token. If you dominate or win a thing, I get the token. So succeeding is succeeding, but you're kind of powering up the other character.
Oh, interesting.
So this makes for good tension.
Yeah.
So that you kind of want
Go back and
things to
forth,
not
yeah.
go well all the time, to have interesting story, and you have a mechanical motivation to do so, which I think is pretty cool. So for this chapter, I will be doing the awarding.
Okay.
basically, don't disagree with me.
Oh, wow. Okay.
No. We'll sort it out.
Wow.
Don't worry.
Fantastic.
Uh-huh.
Great.
So whenever conflicts arise in the scene, be it dramatic moments or when there are disagreements between the two players on how an event or an action should be resolved in the chapter, the active player always makes the final call. The decision must support the short summary given and declare the focus of the chapter, which we've done,
Okay.
right? These things right here. So then they give examples and we'll go through those. So that's when we do the chapter climax, which we'll actually save for later. So basically, now we're going to tell the story, and whenever we contest anything, I'm going to give somebody a token.
Okay.
When we run out of tokens, that's when we wrap up the chapter.
Okay.
So essentially, the scene's focus will reach a climactic point directly about the focus of the chapter and will require a resolution. This should come overall after all 7 choice tokens have been assigned.
Okay.
At this point, both players grab their choice tokens and replace them with an equal number of dice. They're dice anyway, so we don't have to replace them. And both players can choose to add an extra dice to their roll. For each die they want to add, they earn a scar.
Oh,
so we're going to talk about scars. They're important. But for right now, all we need to do is build story.
Okay.
So, do you mind if I start us out?
Yeah, go for it.
Okay. So, I, Kikita Ren, am a small girl, maybe 5 or 6.
Okay.
And I am inside of my family's beautiful compound, which is lush. It's got a zen garden, it's got a koi pond, it's very relaxing. There's laughter and music and, cranes just doing their thing, which is very posh. And I am playing around with some of the other kids. How old would you be at that point if I was 6?
If you're 6, I might be 17 or 18.
Okay. So let's say that you are already my Yojimbo at that point.
Okay.
So your job is to safeguard me until
Yes.
I can safeguard myself when I
Yeah.
become a duelist. And I'm playing around with the other kids around the koi pond. And you're 17 or 18 and you take your
18,
job
yeah.
seriously,
Yeah.
but you're also 17 or 18. So you're like, gosh, these kids are so boring. They're just playing around. And I fall in the koi pond. I'm pushed by one of the other Kakita kids.
Oh, man. I think I took my job very seriously, but I was not incredibly diligent. And then suddenly I see you get pushed into the pond, and my instinct is, because I see, think of physical threat, my hand goes to my sword, but I realize you're actually drowning.
Yeah.
So I spring forward, and I jump. I dive into the pond, and I grab you by the hand, and I pull you. I start pulling you out of the pond, dragging you.
Okay. So you drag me out of the pond, coughing and spitting, and I'm like, God, get off me! I'm fine. I know how to swim. And that's when Kakita Yumi, my father, comes storming up. And he just bellows at everyone around the pond. What is this?
Kakita Yumi, my apologies. Your daughter was pushed into the pond. And I bow my head. I failed to see it.
I'm gonna give you a token for that because you kind of failed.
Yeah, I definitely failed. So, I bow deeply in respect, and I think with a lot of embarrassment too, that I was not there, not watching, not taking care of you.
So Kakita Yumi puffs up, and he's like, "You are in charge of the welfare of my daughter. This is not acceptable. You will explain in detail what happened to me. How did my daughter come to fall into the pond?"
Oh man! And so it was one of the other kids that pushed you.
Yeah,
in,
you
right?
saw which kid it was. Are you gonna sell him out?
Oof.
Or are you gonna take all the blame yourself?
Yeah.
Or are you gonna try to blame me?
Sire, I have failed. The failure is mine. Your daughter tripped and fell into the pond.
So I'm gonna give myself a token for that. So Rin is standing there shivering in her tiny little kimono and like one of her sandals is missing. And she knows that she got pushed. But her Yojimbo just said that she fell, so now she can't go against his word. So she just kind of like sits there and her little lower lip is trembling and she just like bows to her father and doesn't say a word. What does her father say next?
I think he says, "Daughter, why are you so clumsy?"
So she...
To be a true crane, you must practice grace.
And she like wails and she like falls to her knees and bows and she's like, I am so ungrateful, Father. I am so sorry. It will never happen again. And she cries and it's embarrassing and all the other kids laugh at her. And she totally has lost like so much face because she was a clumsy kid and she fell into the pond and ruined her silk kimono made her Jimbo look bad. And the kid who pushed her is standing in the back laughing and he's going, haha, I can get away with this again.
No, you can't.
So now he knows that he can be really awful and not get caught. And so why don't we, I don't know, actually, what happens now?
I think I, in true Scorpion fashion, plan revenge upon the kid who pushed you in. He wanted to take care of it himself. So I think the next time this child is in public, I have set it up. I think I know what it did. His clothes are gonna have just some seams in it, and just maybe the seams are gonna fall apart right at the most inopportune time, so that the next time they are in like a public setting, especially in front of your father. What's the name of the boy or the girl who taunted you?
Let's call that person Yuki.
Okay, so next time Yuki, like there's like maybe a formal tea ceremony, and Yuki's clothes all fall.
So this is where I'm gonna contest.
Oh, okay, go for it.
So, like a good Kakita, Rin is very observant, and she's with her Yojimbo all the time, and she sees the nasty glint in his eye, and she knows that he's a corrupted scorpion, because that's what they've been taught.
What?
Scorpions are just that way. And her father has warned her before to watch out for scorpions. They can't be trusted. They can never, ever be trusted. And she had hoped that her Yojimbo was a real samurai, but she's been watching him scheme and sulk and plan for like the last 3 weeks, and she knows he's up to something. So she will follow you when you go to make these
corrections to the
to the seams. I'm gonna give you a dice for that.
Okay.
And let's say she catches you.
Okay.
And she says, Yojimbo Bayushi, what are you doing? And she's like, 6, so she's like, what are you doing?
I am restoring your honor.
That is not how honor is restored in the Crane clan. I don't know how you do it in the Scorpion.
Sometimes the path to honor is a roundabout way.
No, my father, Kikita Yumi, says that the path to honor is very straight and is hard as a knife edge and easy to fall off of. I cannot let my Yojimbo fall off that knife edge. It reflects on me. I cannot allow you to do this.
There is more than one road to the land. You see different paths, you take different paths to get to the same destination.
The Scorpion have taken different paths before, and that's how your people ended up in the desert. Banished from the rest of Rokugan, unless you've forgotten.
You are young, but you see there's much to learn, and there are different ways to look at life. Have faith that what I do is for your honor, that sometimes an enemy must be dealt with by the same embarrassment that they've shown you, rather than directly confront them.
I don't think you understand. I am not letting you do this. And then at that point, she will scream for guards.
Oh my god.
And you get a dice.
Great.
So she's like, guards, guards. And several
man.
Kakita guards storm in and they see the scorpion bent over like this kid's pants. And they're like, what are you doing? What do you do?
So I. Wow.
Do you run?
Yeah,
Do you fight?
No. I simply. I say that I am there. Guards, I am looking at these clothes to ensure that they are the proper attire for the tea ceremony tomorrow.
Oh, you're lying?
I am definitely
Oh,
lying.
that definitely breaks Bushido. Definitely breaks Bushido.
I think Scorpion's Bushido is
A little different?
Yeah,
Okay.
they look at things a little bit more roundabout.
So let's say that the guards are like, yeah, whatever. And they will drag you into a private audience with
Oh my God.
Kakita Yumi.
Okay.
So make your case to Kakita Yumi. And he sits at the edge of a table and he's like this. And he just looks so disappointed in you right now because he's raised you and he thinks he's raised you better than this. So you better explain your way out of it.
Is it just the two of us, or is it
It's just the
yeah.
two of you.
Kakita Yumi, your daughter was dishonored by another. But I thought it was more appropriate to deal with her dishonor by equal dishonor. To show her aggressor how terrible they had acted. Forgive me if I have done wrong. I only sought to uphold your daughter's honor and to meet injustice with injustice, as is the way of my forefathers.
And he goes, Why did you not come to me with the truth in the beginning, young Yojimbo?
Sometimes an enemy must think they have won the day before they're set right. What advantage is it to tell that some child has pushed another child into the pond? They will just take advantage again another time.
Well, then we could have addressed it right then. Very open-handedly. None of
Perhaps.
this sneaking about. It's very Scorpion of you. Thought we had bred that out of you.
I am Scorpion. I am true to my clan, but I honor yours.
You have lived among the Crane for more than a decade. You have been shown nothing but kindness and love and acceptance here. And yet I do not feel that I have gotten through to you, Sasuke.
I serve your clan and I protect your daughter, but
It is the highest honor, and I give it to you.
you are Crane. I'm Scorpion. Would you have a bird be a dog? Would a fish be a lion?
Ugh, we are all Rokugani.
And we should each serve our own natures, but serve in honor, appropriately.
You have made life very hard for me, Bayushi. Now I must explain to this boy's mother while you were sneaking about in his room. What should I say?
Tell the mother that I was doing penance for your daughter. This would not be a lie, for I was trying to set a wrong correct.
Next time a wrong needs to be corrected, you will bring it to me. Your judgment is still developing.
As you will, sire. As you will. I bow deeply.
And he was liking this conversation, but he doesn't like that. And he kind of glares at you. And then from then on, he's gonna treat you pretty coldly. So have a dice.
Oh my god.
So you've kind of started to dig a grave with the crane. You've made the initial like, ugh. And maybe,
Great.
you know, you're mad at Rin because she called on the guards on you. You know, her own Yojimbo. What do you feel about that?
I think like I'm an 18-year-old who's frustrated and feels constrained, feels like he's warring against his own nature, the way he was raised and the way he thinks he is inside. I think he loves Ren, but also does feel betrayed, but he also realizes that she's 6 and a child. So he's conflicted, and I think he's a little angsty. So yeah, I think he's lost, a little lost right now, and he's trying to figure out what to do next.
Okay.
Great.
So Rin is 6, but this is Rokugan, and she is from the samurai class, and people in Rokugan grow up very fast, and they don't live very long. So she's a pretty precocious and independent 6-year-old, and she will actually request an audience with Kikita Yumi, and she's going to ask him to be assigned a new Yojimbo.
Wow. Okay.
So do you want to be Kikita Yumi while I ask for a new Yojimbo and we can see what happens?
Your father? Okay, yeah.
Yeah.
Sure. Wait, can't I stop you from this though?
You could.
Yeah. Let me do that.
All right. So you get wind that Rin is going to ask for a new Yojimbo. What do you do? Do you corner her?
Yeah, I confront her.
Okay. Do you do the thing with like your hand above the wall and you like stare down and you're like, Rin, what is this nonsense?
I don't think I'm that dramatic. I think Shisusuki is more calm, and he's pretty angry actually. So yeah, he storms up in front of Ren, and he says, and he throws down his sword in front of her. He says, "Is my sword not good enough for you? I have served you and protected you. I have done my best. And you throw that in my face and go to your father?"
And she's like, wants to cry. And she's like, you have tarnished me with your ways. They are not of the crane. They are dishonorable.
You are alive. I was sought vengeance against your enemies. What more do you want from me? What more can I do for you?
To act in accordance with the code that we all follow. You think you're above the rules? You're not.
Each of us interpret the rules. Each of us interpret Bushido and our honor as appropriate to our nature. What would you have me be?
Honor is honor is honor is honor. It is very clear what honor is.
God! I have been given to your family as a child. I have lost everything, all my family.
And yet you refuse to see what you have gained here. You take it all for granted.
Do you not know what it is to leave your home? No, you have never known to leave your home.
You're treated like family here.
But it is not my family, as you remind me time and again that I am not Crane, but I am Scorpion.
Maybe
and somehow
if you acted with honor.
And somehow inferior to you. And somehow my own people's ways are not good enough for you. You keep on trying to make me into something that I am not.
Maybe that's why this is best. Because you cannot be what I need.
My sword is yours. I have served you.
And yet you throw it on the ground.
Because it is not good enough for you. That is what you tell me. That is what you will tell your father, that it is not good enough for you.
If you say that a fish cannot be a bird, then fine, it cannot. I will find a fellow fish.
But this bird would look over you and protect you.
And dishonor my name, and dishonor my family, and get me into all kinds of trouble that I can't even conjure up. You would destroy us from within, Sasuke-san.
I have not tried to destroy you. I have tried to protect you. That enemy, if you had I spoken to your father that Yuki had done what she had done, they would have struck again and again, in secret, would have plotted. But
Yuki would not plot. Yuki is Crane.
You do not know enemies well.
There are no enemies here.
Oh.
This is a family.
You are naive. I saw Yuki's face. I saw how she was thrilled that she got away with it.
Maybe she saw I don't know what she saw, but maybe you saw a reflection of yourself.
No, I understood that when you strike in secrecy, and you do not know where your enemy is, you misdirect their attention. You confuse them. Your enemy would not have known.
I don't want to hear it. These are dishonorable ways, and I will not be led down that path. And she will turn on her heel and she will start marching away.
And he stands there, watching her in silence in the shadow, and then he slowly picks up his sword and he ties it back to his waist. And he silently follows her, but at a pace from afar, because until released from his duty, he will stand in guard and protection of her.
That's pretty good. I'm gonna say you won that one.
Okay, cool.
So I will get the last die.
Okay.
So all of the dice have been handed out. So at any time that we feel like it, we can come to the climax of the chapter. I feel like the climax of this chapter is pretty clear. We gotta find out whether or not you stay Jimbo.
Yeah.
Or you are taken off duty.
Yeah, for sure.
Let me take a look here. So I will read this again one more time for those of you just tuning in. So eventually the scene's focus will reach a climactic point directly about the focus of the chapter, which is courage. We're both trying to be courageous in our own ways. Like, I just stood up to my Yojimbo, who is an adult. And you stood up to my father, who is a bigger, scarier adult. And you're doing what you believe, even though everyone around you thinks that that's BS.
Yeah.
So, good job. At this point, both players grab their choice tokens and replace them with an equal number of dice. Both players can choose to add extra dice to their roll. For each dice they want to add, they earn a scar. Neither player can have more than 7 dice at the end of the chapter. So, what we're gonna do is we're gonna find out. Let's find out if you stay the Yojimbo or not.
Okay.
So, what we're gonna do is we're gonna roll these dice, and we're gonna see who wins. I believe it's by counting. Let me figure this out really quick.
No problem.
Because I need to know what the dice outcomes are that are winning. Okay, so we do totals. We're gonna total up all the dice. So, I am going to say that Ren takes a scar.
Okay.
So that I get an extra dice. And the scar is, Ren is not used to being, like, yelled at.
Yeah.
Or challenged in such an emotionally violent way.
Okay.
And it scares her.
Okay.
And that scaredness becomes an emotional scar.
Okay.
Where she is more timid in connecting with people. Not timid with people, but like will be cautious from now on about opening up herself emotionally.
All right.
Okay, so I've got 4 and you've got 4.
Wait, can I take an extra die too?
Oh, you can if you want to.
I'm definitely going to take an extra die.
Oh no.
And the extra die I'm taking represents the loneliness I feel being completely isolated in Crane and being told that my own ways are that how I view myself is wrong, how I view Bushido is wrong. I think right now I feel like I have no friends and I have nobody here who understands me or hears me. And so loneliness is my scar.
Okay. Well, then I'm going to add 1 more scar.
Oh my god. Wait, how many scars can you take?
Up to a 7 dice worths, I believe.
Wow.
You really don't want to do that because scars have consequences.
Yeah, sure.
So my next scar is, I'm like, fine, you think that I need to deal with this? I'm going to deal with this in a way that befits an honored samurai. And I'm actually going to openly challenge Yuki to like a child's duel.
Oh my god.
And I get my ass kicked. Yuki just is like, you know, she's 10 and I'm like 6 and she just stomps me.
Okay.
And I get like, you know, like a bloody lip and I have like a black eye and it just doesn't work.
Man.
Like, my honor is not asserted here. So that will be a scar. So I'm done with my scars for now. But remember, we get to award 2 dice to the person who upheld courage the most.
Okay.
Usually we would decide it between ourselves.
Yeah, sure.
But I want chat to decide.
Oh yeah, that'd be kind of cool.
Yeah.
Like, who's chat?
So chat.
And thank you, chat,
The
for all the
theme for
kind
this
words.
chapter is courage. So out of our 2 characters' actions during this chapter, who was the most courageous? And we're not going to do an official poll because we don't have that set up. But just type in someone's name, either mine, which is Strix, or Ajit's, and we'll
You can use Strix consort.
Strix
too.
consorts.
Or the boyfriend.
The boyfriend. And then whoever gets kind of the most by an eyeball vote, will say gets the 2 extra dice. Sound fair?
Yeah, that sounds good.
Okay.
I think I like it.
Hi.
Hey.
Hello.
You look very beautiful.
No, thank you. You're very hot
Thank you.
because you're Strix consort.
Yes. Awesome.
Okay, so there is. Oh, look, there's a ballot. Thank you for putting a ballot together.
Aw.
So it looks like you can vote for 1 being Ajit or Strix being 2. I didn't quite catch that. It looks like you're gonna win this one though.
Aw.
So get your votes in. Who was the most courageous during this chapter?
That's so cool.
You definitely won.
Aw.
Oh, you won by a lot.
Thanks, chat. That's really sweet.
Okay, so ballot results are you got 18 votes and I got 5. So you get 2 extra dice.
Cool. Awesome. Exciting.
All right, so now we're gonna roll.
There's some pretty cool purple die here. All right, this is where you're gonna win because I am famous for rolling terribly.
I know.
You're so excited by this. You're like, I'm gonna crush you now.
Did I say that? I didn't say that.
All right, great.
All right,
Let's do it.
ready? Yeah. Okay, so that is 10, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20.
Is this 6? These are
Yes,
6s?
those
Okay.
are 6s.
Okay. 10, 16, 19, 20, 24, 26.
So you win.
Oh, wow. This is like the first die roll in like 20 games I've ever won. So that's already exciting. Thank you, chat, for giving me 2 more die.
So the player with the higher dice total is victorious and gains edge equal to the number of choice tokens he had in this chapter. You had 4.
Okay.
So you're gonna just make 4 marks here.
I got 4 choice tokens.
Mhm.
All right.
The player with the little total is overcome and gains hatred equal to the number of edges the victorious player earned. So I earned 4 hatred.
Wow. Great. Towards me.
Yes.
Oh, this is starting off so badly.
So now we're gonna resolve the chapter. So we have to figure out why you won and why I hate you now.
Okay.
So the victorious then narrates how the chapter ends.
Okay.
If the victorious was the active player, you're not. He would most likely simply confirm the focus of the chapter and narrate events falling into place in that manner. If the victorious was the other player, which is you, however, the player may narrate the chapter ending in a way to suggest that perhaps the focus of the chapter was not wholly accurate. Courage.
Okay.
So you could slip some scorpionness in there,
Okay.
basically. A focus on... the ending must, however, still seem to match the focus, at least for the active player's character.
Okay.
So, tell me how this ends and how it makes me hate you, but it makes you get what you want.
Okay. Well, wouldn't you maybe set a little bit like you're going towards your father was the last
Yes.
thing, right?
So I got my ass beat
Right.
by Yuki, and I'm going to go to my father and demand that I get a new Yojimbo because this Yojimbo will not uphold my honor, and it's very important as a crane that we do that. And then my father is going to decide whether he stays my Yojimbo or whether he doesn't. I think you can interpret both actions to be either way, so it is up to you.
Yeah. I think you got your ass kicked by Yuki, and following that, I think I corner Yuki. In a non, and I don't actually have a duel with Yuki. I just kick the shit out of her. In almost a similar manner that Yuki did to you. And Yuki's like what, 4 or 5 years older than you, right?
Yeah.
I'm like 6, 7 years older than Yuki.
Yuki's like 10, 11.
Yeah. So like, so it's almost the same age difference, maybe a little bit older. And I basically impart the same lessons to Yuki, like, don't beat up on somebody younger than you. There is no honor in that, right? And
But you do it yourself.
I do it myself, and I embarrass her pretty badly. But she's Crane, right? And so, you know, I think that's dishonorable what she did to you, but I'm Scorpion. I'm willing to take a little dishonor to prove a point. But I think you hate me for that. You hate me for my beating up on Yuki and not letting you sort out the battle yourself.
Because we settled it. Like, she won. And you ruined that for me.
But I think your father, seeing what I did to protect you, and that I was willing to take even some dishonor about how I treated Yuki, keeps me on.
And I hate that.
Yeah, you hate that too.
I resent you deeply.
Right, I think so too. I agree. And so, and I hate it too, because like, I didn't want to beat up on Yuki, who is like 6-7 years younger than me. And I know you don't want me. And I know you don't want to keep me as your Yumbo. I think in my weird way, like you're the only thing that I have in this place. Like you're the only person I feel like some love towards, or in my own attachment towards, and so I'm trying to hold on to it, even as you push me and reject me. Like inside, you're like the center of the way I look at the world is through you, and so I'm stuck in this terrible like conundrum.
Yeah, and that's the end of the chapter.
Wow.
We have 2 more chapters to go. We can totally do this in enough time. I'm so excited.
All right.
How you doing so far?
I'm pretty good.
Yeah?
Yeah.
All right, you're going to be the active player.
Okay, let's do this
So
thing.
let's do these 7 tokens again. 2,
Okay.
4, 5, 6, 7. And we're going to set Courage and the Catalyst aside. And, oh, the promise. What was the promise that you made at the very end of this? To like maybe watch over me no matter what, no matter what Rin wanted.
I would protect you, no matter what, including from yourself.
I like it.
Yeah.
Let's try not to forget the key focus next time.
Yeah.
The promise. Okay, so the next chapter is just like the last one. We're gonna pick a key focus, and we're gonna pick a virtue, and if you want, you can pick a character.
Okay.
So you're in charge, but I'm still gonna help you run the ship here.
Yeah.
So let's start with, 1 second.
Yeah.
Which Bushido theme would you like to do now? So take a look at those.
Didn't you pick last time? Didn't I pick last time? You picked.
You can pick again.
Okay.
So, in case you are just joining us, this is Weekly Affirmations. Today we're playing A Single Moment. It's a fantastic game, and it's by Toby Abad, who is a Filipino game designer. He actually lives across the world. He's a great guy, and we are in the middle of playing. We're starting the 2nd chapter, and we've chosen for our setting Legend of the Five Rings, just because I know that setting really well, but you can play this in space as cowboys, as regular non-magical samurai, really whatever setting you want. It's pretty easy to do. And I'm having a lot of fun so
Yeah,
far.
me too. This is pretty
really
awesome
great.
game. This is a great game. I'm enjoying it. I've never played before, don't know the rules, but like it's pretty easy to jump into and to play. And it's a great storytelling game. I'm thinking between honor and loyalty. I think they are both good riffs off of the last one. What do you think?
I would pick loyalty.
Okay, let's do loyalty.
Okay. So our theme for this particular chapter is loyalty, with benevolence and mercy still being the overarching theme for the whole story.
Okay.
And then key focus. You can choose from either of these. We'll have to do both of them eventually.
Yeah.
Keep that in mind.
I feel like this is, so we're going to build towards an arc. I think that time we still trusted each other still is maybe like the right one to go with.
Is it too late for that already? We'll find out.
Yeah, I guess so. Well, we will find out.
We also don't have to do these flashbacks in sequential order, like chronologically. They could,
cool.
go wherever.
Yeah. But like any younger than 6 at this point doesn't really work. So I think we have to get older at this point.
Yes, that's true.
So at the time we still trusted each other.
Yes.
Okay. So you might hate me in part, but I think you still know that I'm.
It's love-hate.
Yeah.
It's love-hate.
And you know that I'm still trying to protect you. So let's do it.
Okay. And then we can choose to have a 3rd character, the coveted or the victim. I kind of want to choose the coveted.
Okay.
I have an idea, but it's your chapter to set. So Let's choose this one if that's okay.
But I'd like to hear what your thoughts are, and then maybe I'll riff off of that or build from it.
So my idea, which you totally don't have to go with because
Yeah.
it's your chapter to set, is that we skip forward in time.
Okay.
Where it is now time for Rin to marry.
Okay.
And like maybe you're up for like consideration.
Oh.
Or maybe you're not.
Okay.
But there's like a coveted person, like someone who's like maybe another crane who's like got all of the money and all of the riches and is like slowly seducing her, but is an evil dude or whatever. And so it's really like, it's about like marriage time.
Okay, yeah, I like that. I think Ren is up for I think her father is courting another family within the crane who is very prestigious. And what are we gonna? What name should you're good with the name? So why don't you come up with a name for your potential betrothed?
It shouldn't be a Kakita, but I'm trying to remember the other crane names. Give me 1 second. I'm gonna cheat.
Yeah.
It's been a while since I looked at the cranes because they're my least favorite clan.
I like the cranes.
They're so stuffy. What are you talking about?
Oh my god, I like their loyalty and their honor. And
I like crab better than I like crane.
crab's cool too, but
Crane.
I like the restraint of the
family.
crane. Like the crane is like you gotta keep in a very specific path, and that path is beautiful of having to play within a very specific.
Well, the cranes are artists, artisans. They're the most graceful. Every emperor's wife is a crane.
Oh, okay. Yeah, that's right. I love Scorpion too.
I mean,
sort of
Scorpion
clear.
is obviously my favorite. What are their names? Daidoji. Yes, Daidoji's perfect. Daidoji are like the fanciest of the cranes.
Okay.
Okay, so his name is Tsubaka Daidoji. I'll write that down for you.
Yes.
I can't write. Tsubaka Doji. There we go.
And your handwriting.
My handwriting is terrible.
Yeah, I was about to say that didn't really help a whole lot.
Tsubaka Daidoji. Okay.
Tsubaka.
And he's
Daidoji.
like this like young, like preening, like beautiful Bishi man. Like Bishonen out the wazoo.
Yeah.
And he like sometimes his kimono like accidentally slips and you see his big chest and it's like pale and perfect. And he's got like artist fingers and he does beautiful poetry and he's like ho, 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 ho.
Is he doing like a Japanese princess laugh?
He does the Japanese princess laugh. He goes ho, 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 ho.
Even though he's not a Japanese princess?
Nope.
Okay. Great. That's
Tsubaka.
I hate him for that laugh. In particular, I hate him for that laugh.
Okay. So every time you hear his laugh, it's like nailed.
Yeah, goddamn his laugh. Well, why was he so pretty? Why does he have like that laugh?
And like when he like flips his hair, like it sparkles.
Wow.
And he smells like amazing.
Okay, so like I think then clearly I have to be incredibly ordinary in comparison. I think.
You're looking kind of slumpy there.
Yeah, Bayushi is just very.
Sasuke.
Yeah, sorry, but Sasuke Bayushi is very normal and not ugly. He's just normal. I think he is steady and in his appearance and his actions and his behavior. He is probably, he's in good shape because he's a duelist, but he is not as beautiful as this man, and his laugh is not so annoying or powerful, whichever way you want to say it. But I think, yeah, I mean, obviously, Sasuke like has been harboring a love for Ren and a desire for. I think it's so in true tradition, maybe with like the clans and the families. It's more than a love. It's also a desire for acceptance. He's never been accepted, and he feels so deeply lonely. That the scars that he has is about loneliness. And so, if Ren shows him love in return, and if Ren is willing to marry him, then that will heal these scars of loneliness, and he will feel accepted. So I think that's actually part of the driving motivator. Is not simply it is. I mean, love is powerful, but like love also for him, it's about being accepted and having.
Oh yeah, Rin is so Sundre.
Okay.
Please, Rin is so Sundre.
Okay.
Confirmed. So let's say since you're Ren's Yojimbo, you have to deal with the Daidoji courting her, which means you're at her shoulder when they're having tea, when he's giving her gifts, when he's reading her awful, awful saccharine poetry.
Yeah.
And what's more alarming is she seems to be taken in by it. Like, she is totally
Awesome.
like, oh my gosh, he's the best. I bet my duelist skills are not as good as his.
Oh, man.
And she's a Kakita, like she's good at dueling.
Yeah, yeah.
And this Daijoji's like this little frippery guy. And she's just like, ha, ha.
Oh my god. Yeah. And Shasky is like...
So remember, for this chapter,
Yeah.
you're the one dealing out the points.
Okay.
When I win, you get a point.
Okay.
When you win, I get a point.
Sure.
But you're the arbiter on that. And anytime there's a contest of storytelling or something interesting where one of us loses, that's when you would hand one of those out.
Okay.
Okay. So let's set the scene. Where are we? What are we doing?
I think you are having tea with him, right? And he is actually reciting this poetry that you think is amazing, but it is a hot pile of steaming garbage, and you're completely besotted. And I am watching in disgust. And as it continues these lines of poetry, I realize that he has plagiarized like so much of this, and you're not paying attention to it. But I start quoting the poetry, the lines before he even starts saying them, because I know what he's going to say next, because he's plagiarized everything, and I am trying to make him look like a fool. I am basically like...
Got it. So Subaka Daidoji starts getting really uncomfortable and flustered, and like his face turns red.
And I'm deadpan.
Yeah, and he's like,
deadpan.
pardon me, Mistress Kikita, I seem to have something in my throat. And he like glares at you like while she's not looking, and he's just like,
Yeah.
he's like, you know, poetry is so trite. Shall we take a
Especially
walk?
spoken from your lips, sir.
Shall we take a walk, lady? And he just ignores you because
Oh,
you're not
yeah.
worth his time.
Great.
But he's not like, yeah.
Well, how is Ren reacting? I think that's the most important part is I'm waiting to see Ren's reaction if she picked up on that.
Ren already doesn't like you being her Yojimbo because you always screw things up for her.
Okay.
And you just made the Daidoji mad. She was really enjoying his poetry, and then you had to go be an ass, like some 12-year-old boy, and ruin a really good moment. Like, they were bonding. She could feel the soul connection with this guy, Subaka. And she's just like, I'm gonna fucking kill you. Shut up. And then she takes his hand, and that's like, oh, because touching on Rokugan.
Wow.
Right? And she's like, yes, let's go for a walk. And she's like, I really don't think I need your services in our own compound. We'll be perfectly safe. And he goes, ho, 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 ho.
Man, and I hate that laugh.
Don't forget these.
Yeah.
Don't forget to pass them out.
Okay, so like, I think I failed, right, to dislodge his, your love or your...
Well, you got him. So there's several things going on,
Yeah.
right? Maybe we do a couple here. So you got to interrupt him and get him flustered and make him make an ugly, angry face.
Sure.
So there's that. That's a win. But then afterwards, Ren was like, puh, this stupid Yojimbo. I love him. And so you could arguably give one to each of us.
Okay, that sounds good.
If that's what you would like to do.
I think we both get a win for that.
Okay. So what happens next?
Okay. So I obviously still accompany you regardless of whether you want me to or not. And I follow you. And I am extraordinarily helpful to, what's his name again?
His name's Subaka Daidoji.
Yeah, Sabaka.
You would call him Daidoji-san.
Yes, but I I think every once in a while I slip and call him by his first name.
Oh, he hates that.
Yeah, yeah.
He hates
And then
that.
I profusely apologize. And then I do it like 2 seconds later.
So he like whips out his fan, because, you know, daijojis carry fans, and he's like, really?
Yes, of course. But I follow up on your heels, so you guys have no privacy whatsoever. But I am completely deadpan throughout the whole process and respectful in everything I do. And then whenever I make an error, I make this big show of apologizing for the error as I wait.
So Rin knows you.
Yeah.
She knows what you are up to.
Yeah.
And she will take you aside privately after
So
Daidoji
like
is
so
behind
like
the
so like
night.
maybe like
So they go on the
finish
walk,
off the night
and it's just like, man, I can't get my smoochies on because this dude is breathing down my neck. I need to go talk to him. So I will wait till it's nighttime.
Okay.
And I will, you know, open the rice paper door and look outside, and like I will walk down, foot padding, to your room, and you will hear like a knock knock.
Okay. And I think Shosaki is he's meditating, you know, and I think he's flustered. He's trying to meditate, right? He's trying to calm his mind because he is deeply bothered too, right? He thinks Ren is an incredible woman, young lady who is also his touchstone, his only connection in this world. And so he sees her going off with this completely ridiculous buffoon of a man, and he hates it, and so he's trying to meditate and calm himself. And so Ren just barges into his room? Or does she...
If there's no answer after she knocks, she will just open the door.
Yeah, he's cross-legged, and like the sword is on his lap, and he's just meditating on the sword. And he looks up.
And she's in her nightrobe, and she hurried over here, so let's say she's slightly disheveled, and it's like hanging off of one shoulder.
Yeah. And so...
And she looks pissed, by the way.
Yeah, and I'm like clearly both besotted by this vision of beauty, and as well as distracted now. And yes, Ren?
Are you trying to ruin my life?
I am here to protect you and serve you.
You are here to curtail me at every moment. What is your deal?
Curtail,
You were so rude to Subaka today. I nearly died in shame just watching. God, I hate this.
I swore to protect you.
You're not protecting me. You're
Even from
destroying my future.
Even from yourself.
Do you know how much this alliance means to our family? This marriage has to happen.
Marriage would be terrible for you, and I think also for your family. He is a buffoon.
He's from a very powerful arm of the Daidoji family, and we need this alliance. We need the grain contracts. This isn't just about me. This is about the honor of my entire family. I would not put myself in front of my family. That's
that man
selfish.
That man is paper thin. He has no substance. He is a wind would blow him over.
You would insult anyone who looked at me crosswise.
That is not true. If he was worthy of you, and yeah, I just fall silent because I don't want to admit that I would probably not agree to him even if he was worthy of you.
So she will like stomp her foot and she will say, I'm an adult and I can make my own choices. You don't make them for me. That is above your place. You better find it soon.
I do not seek to make the choice for you.
Then don't. Stay out of my way.
I do not seek to make the choice for you, Ren, but only to show you a different path. That there are many roads.
Paths. There is only one road. How many times do we have to talk about this before you will hear me? Honor is honor is honor, and it is very clear.
If you stay so stiff, you will break.
The Kakita do not break under the pressure of honor. Maybe Scorpion do, but not us.
You must learn to bend. You must learn to shift.
Never. Never.
You must be a reed. Do not be ready in the wind to
I am
blow.
no reed. I am a sword. I'm as tough and as rigid as steel. Don't test my edge, Yojimbo. Because at the end of the day, that is what you are.
I am, and that is all I am. But I will protect you, even from yourself.
Your arrogance will be my ruin.
Your words will be my ruin.
Why don't you just leave me alone?
I will only do what I can do. But do not ask me to serve against you.
So don't.
I do not try to serve against you. I try to protect you.
You're failing miserably. This marriage must go through. And if you try to stop me, I will destroy you.
I lift the sword.
How dare you? How dare you?
I am only here to serve.
Lies, Scorpion, lies. You're
After-
here to mess up my marriage
all-
to the advantage of the Scorpion clan. Admit it.
And then Sasuke like actually breaks because like he's been keeping a calm demeanor, but when you say Scorpion lies, he gets up again, and he slams the sword like longwise into the ground, and it I think the wooden floor shakes from his just fury. I have served you for over a decade. All I have known is in service to you and your clan. I have protected you against all enemies, internal and external. No matter what has happened to you, I have been here to serve you. And you say that Scorpion lies? You treat me like I am a dog, like I have no value, that my own clan has no value. You see nothing but yourself. And you call me arrogant. But look at your arrogance. Look at how blind you are. You speak down to me. You do not respect a thing I do. And this is what I have been treated for all these years, of all the years we've known each other. I may be many things, but I do not lie to you. I do everything in service to you.
You know, I find myself stymied at every turn. Every time that I want to make an honorable choice, you're there in my face telling me to take the darker path. You continually try to draw me away from the morals of the Kikide. You are an evil influence.
Why do you see things as black and white?
Because
there is
they
no
are.
darker or lighter path. These are all the shades of life.
There is only good and there is only bad. And that is what you don't understand. And you know what? Maybe you're bad. Maybe I've known that all along.
And I wish you would see.
She is done with this conversation. And she will turn. And she's gonna start leaving.
Oh my god. And I think he reaches for her arm. And his hand.
So it'd be like,
Yeah. His hand is like here. And but then he just sees the back of her head, and he realizes that she is done with him at least for the moment, and his hand drops. And
okay, so she'll
Yeah.
stop with her back to him at the threshold of the door.
yeah. And he's reaching for her, but I think also he's mad at her for not listening to her. He's so furious too. Like he's subsumed his own will for hers for so long that part of him, like his own arrogance comes into play, and he's like, I'm not gonna hold her. I'm not gonna tell her how I really feel. I'm not going to show her that I love her too. God damn her for being this way, is what I think he's thinking inside. He's trying to control his emotions, but he realizes like he's so deeply hurt, and he's not gonna express how he feels for her either. So like he clenches his hand in a fist, and he's like, God damn you! And he's like thinking inside his head, but he doesn't vocalize any of this.
Got it. Okay, so while that's happening in his head,
Sure.
she's standing at the threshold of the door,
Yeah.
and there's something happening in her head too, obviously.
Yeah, totally.
And her mouth opens, and it's like she's gonna say something. And then she doesn't. She closes it again, and she walks out. But while she's standing there, she is super angry at him too, because she's really drawn to him, and she has to fight all of her baser instincts to stay noble and to do the right thing every time, because he always tries to convince her to do things the Scorpion way. And she knows that would be her destruction, like that would ruin her family, and it would ruin her, and she just can't. She wishes he would see what damage he does when he tries these things, And if he only acted honorably, then maybe they could even be together. But she knows that will never happen because he can't listen. And so she's gonna make this freaking marriage with the Daidoji work because she doesn't have a choice. You've given her no choice. And she fucks up.
Oh, great. This is like all relationships. Two partners not talking to each other. Awesome. Okay, great.
So don't forget the dice.
Yeah, let's do this thing.
So who gets what?
I feel like we all like failed in one a lot in that. So I think one each.
Okay, it's your call. You're the active player.
But like, let's do this cooperatively.
I think you get one more than me at this point.
Really?
Yeah.
From what?
Well, because I kind of won the argument, like, you're not gonna stop me from, like,
That's
marrying
true.
you.
Yeah. You did kind of crush me. Under your boot heel.
Well, under my sandal.
Okay.
But, close enough.
Yeah. Really powerful sandal. Okay.
So, in case you're just joining us, we are playing A Single Moment. It is by Toby Abad. We're playing in the Legend of the Five Rings setting because we want to. But it's not set in the Legend of the Five Rings itself. You can play it in any setting you want. We're getting close to the end of the second chapter, which is awesome. We're having a great time. So far what's happening is I'm a daughter of the Crane clan, and I'm a Kakita duelist, and he is a son of the Scorpion clan and a Bayushi duelist, and he was traded to the Cranes as a noble hostage when he was young and has now become my Ojimbo.
Yeah.
And it is now time for me to get married and form a powerful alliance with the Daidoji, which is another Crane family, and he's like fucking up my chances. So we just had a moment where we were thinking and feeling all of these things, and we didn't say any of them because this is samurais.
Yeah. That's
so,
awesome.
What happens next?
I think okay, I think like it is I think it's your wedding day. You are
awesome.
You are
Okay.
getting married to him.
So
Right? You've gone through, like, I haven't been able to stop you. Nothing I've done has worked. And you are getting married to him. And I think
describe the scene.
Yeah, sure. So
Oh, I totally agree. Scorpion is better than Crane. Like, Scorpion for life. I'm playing a Crane right now, but truly, like, I am deeply, deeply Scorpion forever.
yeah.
You should try my Scorpion cookies sometimes. They're the cookies that bite back.
Yeah. Great. So, okay, right, fantastic. So, there's like all these great wedding preparations being put together, and
Sparing no expense.
Yeah, sparing no expense.
Beautiful.
And these two families are coming together, and all of the like exotic animals are brought in, and these dancers and artists, and the grounds are beautifully decorated and put together. And I think you're being, I think you are. I think it is the wedding day, it's the eve before your wedding. But there's like the preparations are still going through, right? And like your hair's being done, and your clothing, and I think they're stitching. What would be the marriage dress? Do you know?
I mean, it's just this really
huge
big
kimono.
kimono.
Okay, great.
It's like 7 layers.
Yeah, and I think you are inspecting the kimono with your handmaidens, and so the theme is that time we still trusted each other, and I think and the coveted is like
I covet Subaka.
Yeah, Subaka. But I think like I covet you. So like let's do like a wordplay on that.
Sure.
I think I have tried to see what you love about Subaka, and you love his refined nature, and you love his beauty and all of that. So what I do is I prepare myself in the finest clothes I can get. And I have been practicing for weeks, because like this engagement has gone on for like months and months and months, and I have like in the best penmanship that I can imitate the Crane the style of writing. I try to write you a letter of love, and I've tried to express like how I feel for you, that you are, you're the way I understand the world. That I see the world through your eyes. That you are my heart, and that my world exists around you. And so I try to, like, in my own way, and I think I'm not very good with words, so like I don't have like Sabaka's kind of incredibly ornate prose, and I don't crib from some other poets. I try to express in my own way, but it's not very well worded. But it's in the best effort that I can. My penmanship is actually not very good. Have not learned how to write like the artistic crayons over this time. But I've written this letter, and with the most expensive piece of parchment and the most expensive clothing, I come to you as you're inspecting your wedding dress. And so, like, I have not figured out the proper etiquette to do this. This is definitely not the right time, because I don't have all the skills of courtly intrigue in this regard. And I come and I just like abruptly lay this letter at your feet.
Okay. So, Rin knows what's up. She has a sinking feeling when she sees that letter. And she realizes that she has to make a choice right now. The choice is to shut this down permanently so that it doesn't happen anymore. Because if this continues to happen, her marriage will be ruined and everything will be ruined. So she has to do it brutally and effectively. Or she admits her own feelings for Sasuke Bayushi and she calls the wedding off. And she somehow rectifies it with her father, and maybe she's kicked out of the clan. Maybe she's totally dishonored and asked to commit seppuku. She doesn't know. But she's at this decision point. And her face just turns to, like, unreadable stone. And she takes the letter in front of her handmaidens. And she begins to mockingly read it out loud to her handmaidens.
Oh, man. Crushing.
And she says,
wow.
Look at these silly games. And she rips it up.
Okay.
And she throws it on the ground. You should probably give yourself a dice for that.
Yeah.
And she feels like she's dying on the inside, but she keeps this mask on of this frigid awfulness and this mockingness. And she just makes him feel like the lowest, silliest creature on earth. And she utterly destroys him in that moment.
Oh my god.
And the handmaidens like giggle and then like stare at him. And they whisper about scorpions and how he's so uncouth.
Yeah, I mean,
can you bear being in that room?
Yeah, so Sasuke is like, I mean, he tried his best. He doesn't have quite the same elegance. I mean, he's a scorpion, so like he's not like doesn't look like a fool, but he doesn't have the same beauty and elegance
not
of the crane.
Daidoji.
Yeah, the Daidoji of the crane, and so he doesn't have all that etiquette, and so he's done the best he can within his means. He's also doesn't have the same resources because he's been in service to your household, and he has what he has. And modest, he's ordinary in all ways, except I think he's ordinary in all ways except for like his sheer loyalty. And he's a pretty skilled duelist too. But otherwise, in looks and action and behavior, he is ordinary compared to the beauty of Sabaku. And so he stands there in this finery that he's taken so many weeks to like prepare, and it is good. Like it's not great, but it's good. But it's just not good enough. And his letter was good, but not good enough, and not beautiful. And then obviously he doesn't understand Ren's needs, and Ren's needs are that to these two families. And he's placing his heart on her, but like she's
do it.
She's bound by loyalty to her family and to her father. But he doesn't get that in that moment. In this moment, it's about his pain and his agony. And so, like, he stands there in total humiliation and, like, tears stream down his face, but he's dead silent. Like, the only thing that he shows of any pain and misery is those tears. And he stands there, I think, like, utterly crushed. He is dead silent. And he wants to say so many things. Like, he wants to tell her how much he loves her. And he wants to tell her how much he hates her in this moment. But he just stands there in tears. And I think he takes off, he unties the sword that he has carried always to protect her. And it was the sword that like her father gave him when he said, "You are to protect my daughter and in service forever." And he just lays that, he kneels at her feet.
Oh, God.
And he lays that sword at her feet. And he stands up and he turns his back to her and he walks out.
So she'll remain entirely composed until he is gone, and then a single tear. Her face won't change, but a single tear will roll down her cheek.
Wow. Okay. So I think you get one for that one because in a way that like I was kind of lashing out and I hurt you, and I think I did, but like we're both really hurt.
Yeah,
So
we're hurting each other with love.
With all the loves that is pain and misery and like a relationship that is unable to speak to each other.
Yeah. All right. So that's all of the dice.
Okay.
Right?
Yep.
That's the end of the chapter. God, that's so tough, man.
Yeah.
I feel bad. So I'm gonna go ahead and give myself another scar, and the scar will be I will never truly love again. Because I am dead inside. I made myself dead inside to do what I needed to do. I don't love nobody.
I'm gonna take the same scar.
Okay, that's cool.
I think we both feel it.
Okay, now it's time for chat to vote on who upheld loyalty better in this chapter. And again, you were loyal to yourself and your feelings and me. You were trying to save me from what you thought was a loveless marriage. And I was loyal to my clan over my own feelings for him. So go ahead and...
Your clan, your family, your father.
Yeah, everything that's expected of me since I was a little kid.
Yeah.
So go ahead, and if we can get the bot up to do the polling, we'll give you a choice between 1 or 2, and you will choose 1 or 2. Let's see how fast we can do this. In the meantime, what do you think? Who upheld loyalty better, me or him? Me or him? Me or him? Oh, there was a resub. We'll get to that in a second.
Yeah. I vote for you too.
You do?
I mean, well, like you from like a child, like you were loyal. You were shown that you had to, like, love. You had to do what their family wanted, and then, like in the end, you kind of I think you probably loved me, but you realized you couldn't love me, and that's pretty intense because like I only had me to think about. You had your father and your family to think about. So I vote for you too.
Well, looks like I am winning.
Good work,
I'm
chat.
gonna go ahead and take those 2 dice.
Yeah,
I don't think you're gonna get that one.
Yeah,
Oof,
you get it.
We're 22-1. You brave voter who voted 1.
Thank you, whoever voted for me. Awesome.
All right, so now we're gonna roll off. Ready?
Yeah. Let's do it.
Okay. So whoever gets the highest cumulative score gets to determine the end of the chapter.
16,
6.
19,
So 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24.
I got 21.
I win!
Yay!
So that means I get to narrate the end of the chapter.
Okay.
And I also get my amount of dice in edge. I had 4, right? We took 2
I had
away.
21.
Yeah. No. The tokens. I
Okay.
had 4 tokens.
Right.
So now I get that as edge, and you get that as hatred.
Did you have 4 tokens?
Yeah, because I added 2. No, I had 3.
You 3. You had only 3.
Yeah.
I was gonna say. I think you only had 3.
So you get 3 hatred, and I get 3 edge.
Okay.
Okay, so how this chapter ends is Ren goes away to live with Tsubaka Daidoji in his own compound as his wife. He hires his own Yojimbo for her. So your services are no longer needed.
Wow, great.
And you are, now that you're an adult and you have served what you needed to serve, you're sent back to your family.
Yeah.
You need to get married, and you need to go do your thing too.
Great.
So you're sent back to the Scorpion.
Yep.
And you don't hear from her again. She doesn't reach out to you. And it's 5:11 now, so I'm gonna take some narrative control here.
Sure.
We're just gonna narrate the last chapter and then
Okay.
do the final conflict.
Okay.
So maybe you can jump in whenever you feel like it. But basically what happens is you go back to the Scorpion with your dark little heart and you and you brood, right?
Yeah.
She goes and lives with the Daidoji and perfects her duelist skills, and she gets really into it because that's all she has now is her duelist skills. She's like, kill anybody. And then because the Emperor has disappeared, the unrest starts to spark into skirmishes.
So, wait, I never hear from you, right?
Nope.
Okay, but you get a letter from me.
Oh no, I never read it.
Yeah, you get a letter from me, I think. How many years is it?
So I'm getting there.
Okay.
So skirmishes are wrapped on the borders between Scorpion and Crane. And our third scene is we face each other on the battlefield.
Okay.
And let's say that one of us kills somebody important to the other person during that battle. How do you want that to go?
Well, I was gonna say you've been receiving a letter from me. Let's say it's been several years between the two times. Mm-hmm. And you've been receiving a letter from me on the anniversary of the very first time I gave you a letter.
Oh, so that's so mean.
Every time that the first letter I ever gave you get one I guess on your wedding, the night before your wedding, actually.
So every anniversary.
Yeah.
That's terribly cruel to me.
Yeah, but it's I think it's actually just you know what I realized? It's me trying to re-express my love for you better because I thought I failed the first time. I didn't do it well enough. So it's me recomposing that letter of love every year in a different way, trying to find the words that I should have said to you. So anyway, that's me interrupting you.
No, it's fine. That's good. Yeah. So you're writing this letter every year to try to redress this every time. And I'm taking this as you're trying to wound me over and over and over again with this same thing, and it's terrible, and I never read them. I don't destroy them, but I don't read them, and they're secreted away under a tatami mat somewhere where no one ever sees them, but I've never read them.
Okay.
So we face each other in battle. You kill my father.
Yeah, I was going to say that I killed your father.
You kill my father, and that crosses the line.
Yeah.
And he is the victim.
Yeah.
So this is working out really well.
Awesome.
And we'll say that rectitude. That makes sense. Okay, so we'll say magically in this third chapter, which we're not going to play, that this is what happens. You kill my father. You have to do it because otherwise you're going to die. But you killed my freaking father who raised you and protected you in his house, and now we hate each other. Yeah.
Yeah, I killed your father on the battlefield honorably. It was a duel, and it was brutal. There was absolutely no joy in that moment, but I did my duty to my clan and killed your father pretty brutally. So now we're on the Golden Spire.
So now we're on the Golden Spire.
Yeah.
And the person with the most hatred is the one who's the challenger. That's actually me. So I have challenged you to this duel because you have tried to ruin my life at every turn.
Can I interrupt you again? So I think remember initially this was like a crane monastery, like a very an ancient one. Yeah. The whole in the Golden Spire, but the whole building and everything around it.
Which is on the border.
Yeah, and we seized it. We seized it from you. We took it from your father. I took it from your father, who was like this was an important holding. I seized it with my army and took over it, and your father was killed on this very spot of this Golden Spire when I killed him. So you actually even see maybe there's some left some stains from the blood or whatever, and so we're standing there on the spire, and I'm in full battle regalia and mask and looking brutal and ready to fight. So we're on this Golden Spire that was your father's, and now we face off. Yeah.
Okay, so there are special rules for the ending. It's not quite like a chapter. Let me pull this up very quickly.
Yeah.
I also have it written down. No, not the epilogue. Exchanges. Finale. A single moment where one of us will die.
Okay.
So when all the chapters are done, the story returns to the opening scene, which we've just described. The focus of the narrative returns to the very duel that opens the tale. Both players are back in the opening scene, staring at each other at the final duel. So,
Okay.
So whoever has the most hatred acts as the first attacker. That would be me, because I have 4 and you have 3.
Yeah.
And if hatred is tied, whoever has the most edge goes first. So that's not a big deal. Players then alternate between being the attacker and the defender. Each exchange requires an edge dice from the attacker. The defender rolls a dice for free. Does that make sense? So you have a pool of edge dice that you're going to use for the final scene.
Yeah.
If you're defending, you get a free dice.
Okay.
But if you're attacking, you have to spend an edge or more.
Okay.
Right? The winner always describes how the attack resolves. The loser gets a scar. On ties, both players have blocked blades and must blind bid more edge than the other to win the lock or get a scar. Scars now must be tactical advantages or physical injuries. So we actually have to like poke each other full of holes.
Okay.
That the samurai has to endure while in combat. All later scenes, there's an epilogue, are encouraged to represent these scars whenever possible. Keep track of the total number of scars, we've been doing that, as it's important once the edges are all used up. As the scars mount and the edges dwindle, the players start to see who is winning the battle.
Okay.
Okay. The fight ends once one of us runs out of edge.
Okay.
Okay? So, there is one thing that we do before we start rolling these dice, and that's what we do with our hatred. So we can choose to channel our hatred or let it go.
Okay.
So, we want to do this before this final scene.
Sure.
So, I'm facing you, am I channeling my hatred at you, or do I let it go and I just want to cleanly end things? Same for you. So if you channel your hatred, you roll your hatred dice, so I would have 4, for instance, and evens become edge, so I can convert it to edge.
Okay.
Or I can let it go. If I let it go, then I can convert my hatred into healed scars, 2 for 1.
Okay.
So 2 hatred, I get to erase 1 scar.
Okay.
I'm gonna channel my hatred.
Yeah, I just killed your father.
Yeah. So I'm gonna roll my hatred pool, which is 4, and I'm gonna see if I get to add any edge. I get to add 1 edge, because I rolled 1, 2, and the rest were odds. That sucks. So I now have a pool of 4 edge total.
Okay.
And so do you. And I am the attacker. So...
Oh wait, I think I'm gonna,
So what do you want to do with your hatred?
I'm gonna let it go.
Okay.
And so what do I do with it?
So you have 3 hatred, which means that you could use 2 of them and get rid of a scar.
Yeah, I'll use 2 of them and get rid of a scar. Yeah, I will say that I no longer feel the absolute loneliness that I had.
You've replaced me in your heart.
No, I don't think it's that I feel like I have come to terms with our relationship, and it's not like I know that what we had was important even if it's gone, and I don't feel that same loss of loneliness. Though maybe I got another scar from profound sadness, but like whatever. So it's yeah, I don't feel the same loneliness.
So I have a pool of 4 dice. You have a pool of 4 dice.
Yeah. This
should be interesting.
Yeah, it's gonna be a tough battle.
So remember, you get a dice for free when you're defending.
Okay.
Just like I would get a dice for free when I'm defending. But right now I'm attacking you.
Okay.
So we're standing and we have our swords
Yeah.
out, right? And it's an Aijutsu duel, so we're just staring there, looking at each other, sizing each other up. And I'm looking at you and I'm looking you in the eye. And I'm just so furious because I knew the path would lead us here eventually. You were always pulling me towards the darkness and you were always trying to destroy my life, and now you have. So I will very quickly make a cut towards you, breaking suddenly from the stillness, and we will see what happens.
Okay.
So you can use as many dice as you want.
Okay.
But you have your finite edge pool, and you do get a free one for defending.
Okay, so I got one for defending, and when I run out of edge, I'm done. Right?
We're done. We're done.
So I can use as many as I want to defend.
Yeah.
Okay.
All right.
I'm trying to figure out.
So strike. So I rolled a 5 and you rolled a 7.
Okay.
So tell me what happens.
I Okay, so you strike, and I deflect, and the blade. We're basically like putting holes into each other, right? Where each side is wounding. Okay, so I deflect the blade, and I deflect your sword back into your wrist.
So I cut open the side of my arm with my own blade.
Yeah.
And I start bleeding, and I curse you, and I curse your name. You might as well finish it then. This is what you started out to do so many years ago. Finish me.
Great. This is not what I wanted. I have never wanted this.
So you're the attacker now,
Yeah.
and I'm the defender, so I get a free die for this roll.
Okay.
Let me see what happens next. Okay.
Okay.
So tell me what you try to do.
I'm trying to disarm you.
Okay, we'll see if that works.
Yeah.
So you strike. Oh my gosh. So I got a 6, but he got a 6 and a 4. So you win again.
Yeah, I lost another edge. All right. Oh, two, because I'm the attacker. I'm down to 1 left.
So yeah, you have 1 edge left.
Oof. Great.
So I got a scar last time because you hit me.
Yeah.
So I get another scar now.
Yeah, you do. How many scars can you take?
I have 5.
What, is there like a limit of how many scars?
No.
Okay. Great. All right. So, boom.
Okay.
So I actually, I guess you tell me what happens.
So you knock me hard enough that you knock one of my hands off my blade.
Okay.
So only in my right hand now.
Great.
And my fingers are all mashed up, and there's clearly one that's like broken and sticking out weird, but my face is like,
Oh my god.
I'm not gonna let this get to me.
Yeah.
I'm gonna destroy you. So then it's my turn to attack you, and
Wait. Let me.
oh
see
yeah.
if-
What do you do?
I do not want this, friend. I have not wanted this. We should not be fighting.
And yet here you stand, opposing me, the murderer of my father who raised you.
And I think those words are crushing because he realizes the hypocrisy of his words of like not wanting to hurt you, yet he's taken your land and killed your father, and he just he just lowers his face and does not look you in the eye in that moment. All right, great. You're attacking now.
Okay,
right?
so it's my turn to attack. At this point, I will just bellow, and I've got the sword in one hand, and I'm making a charge at you.
Okay.
So you
Go
ready?
for it. Yep.
Set.
Yep.
Roll. I win.
Yes. Yeah, you crush me.
So, let's see what happens. So I kill you, and I'm out of dice.
Yeah.
So let's see if I actually kill you. If the attacker wins in the killing strike, the attacker is now triumphant. All remaining edges are added to the defender as scars. The player then check who has the most scars. So did you have any left over after that roll?
What do you mean? Any more?
Dice.
I did. I had one more edge left.
So you're gonna turn that into a scar,
Okay. Great.
I think. Let me make sure I'm doing this right.
Yeah, no problem.
Are allowed to spend edges to increase their dice pool. Once one player is out of edges, the other player has an opportunity to commit a killing strike. Yes!
Yeah.
So you have edge left.
Yeah.
So now, this time, however, each remaining unspent edge translates into an automatic scar that the defender receives if the attacker wins the exchange. So, okay, so I get that 1 dice to survive. So this is a killing strike.
Yeah.
Meaning if you win, I die.
You. I thought you did the killing strike towards me though.
Nope, that put me out of dice.
Oh, okay.
So now that I'm out of dice, you can do the killing strike.
Oh man.
Haha, tricked you.
He's definitely not gonna do it though.
You don't have a choice. This is a duel to the death.
Yeah, but like I think when you hit me the last time, I think he's going to. He's not gonna like lower his sword, but he's going to let you kill him. He's going to like
What?
fight. I mean, like this is how he would have done it. Like, forget the dice. Like at this point, I know exactly where he's going. He is. As you strike the last time, because you were like full of, I like that.
Yeah.
Actually, I really like that ending where you were full of rage and attacking. That he like just slightly lowers his blade, just in like a microfraction, and you run him through.
No.
Yeah, it's totally what he would do. He
all right.
feels. In fact, your words crushed him, not like the last round, and I think that was it. That's all he needed to hear was. He failed your father. He failed everything he was raised up to be with.
Okay. So you at the last moment just
tilt
flick
the
your sword just a tiny bit. And she runs you through, and she's standing there, and she knows what you just did. 'Cause she's a Kakita duelist, like she knows what you did. And so she will pull her sword out and like do the thing where she, swips all the blood off. And she's like shocked. And she like throws her sword down. And does he fall over?
Yeah, he falls over on like this golden spire. It's the fading sun, and his blood like spills across the gold, across the.
Oh no! So she will like get on her knees at your body and be like, "Why? Why did you do that? Why would you do that?" And she like shakes his like bleeding, like half dead corpse.
Yeah, and I think he's dying, and there's nothing left for him to say. All that you can see like within his robes is maybe like a final letter that he wrote to her, and it's just peeking in. I think like he's been holding on to this last letter to her, and it's now stained with his blood. And so like between his parted robes where the sword ran him through, there is this final love letter from him to her, and it's covered in his blood, and
she's like, Sasuke, no! Why would you do this? Why would you let me strike you? Dumb. And he's obviously not responding.
Yeah, he's
right?
not. He's like he doesn't have anything left to say. I mean, he's dying, and he's like I think like coughing in his own blood. But his fingers go out and hold hers, and that's it. That's all.
Oh, she weeps, and she takes the letter. And that's the end because you don't know if she reads it or not. Oh my god! Woo! That's the end. Holy shit!
That was pretty intense.
Whoa! I need a moment. Put some water here.
That was pretty crazy intense.
Oh man, that was fun.
It's a really good game.
That was the best.
Yeah. It's a really good game.
Oh man. So we are running really low on time, and I want to make sure that we get all of our affirmations in.
Sorry.
So Laura, if you could bring in the affirmation list, we will get everybody's affirmations in.
Chat. That was awesome.
I wish we had time to kind of decompress and talk about the game with chat.
Yeah.
I thought that was really fun and awesome. I hope you guys enjoyed that because that was great.
Yeah. That was
Thank you,
fantastic.
darling.
I think I wrote a little bit clearer this time.
Yeah, your handwriting's better than mine. Okay, so yes, all of the game feels.
Wow.
Oh man, when I was tearing up your letter on the marriage day, that was the worst. Okay, so we're gonna go through some affirmations here. We're gonna run a little bit over time. We won't die. So the first one, gosh, that was an amazing game.
Yeah,
Thank
that was
you
a really,
guys.
really great game. I hope you guys liked it. It was.
That was so great.
That was a lot of fun for us. That was pretty intense for us.
Hyper Rapid Power
There we
Go!
go!
And that was Kinetic Noetic resubbing. Add you to the list. Okay, so the first one is for you, Ajit, actually.
Okay, great. Thank you.
And it's from, I can barely read Laura's writing, so I'm so sorry. From Gaia Ka, from Gaia CA.
Okay.
Gaia CA, perhaps. So, Ajit.
Yeah.
You are a
Yes.
tender, blinking Sleipnir.
What's a Sleipnir?
A Sleipnir is a Nordic horse creature that has
Okay.
many legs. It probably slept with Loki.
Okay.
So
So-
you're a tender, blinking Sleipnir.
So tenderly. Very tenderly. I'm feeling very tender right now.
This is fantastic.
Yeah.
The next one is for Damoon Rules, and it is from Damoon Rules. So this one is for you, and Damoon Rules, you are a brave, yearning fox. Bring, 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 bring. There we go.
No. Awesome.
So a brave, yearning fox, which I think would sound something like yuff, 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 yuff.
Yeah, I think so. That sounds pretty good.
Sounds
That
about
was
right.
pretty bravely in its yearning. Great.
Excellent. The next one is for Aranax for giving $50
Wow.
for DFA. That's so awesome.
Yeah, that's pretty awesome.
So, Aranax, yes. You, Aranax, you are an adorable, shimmering kitsune.
Pretty amazing.
Which is like a fox, but magical.
Yeah.
So,
like an
an
upgraded
adorable,
fox.
shimmering kitsune would be like, yerf, yerf, yerf. Yerf, yerf, yerf. Yerf, yerf, yerf.
Awesome.
Okay, the next one is for Pastor Recoil, and this was the big one for engagement celebration.
No, yeah. So,
thank
thank you.
you.
That is amazing. Really, really thank you.
That's so awesome. Thank
Really.
you, Pastor Recoil. Hyper Rabbit
Power
Power
Go!
Go! I can't read anything because the thing's not loaded. Laura, what does it say? Oh,
This show is supposed to be positive, damn it. The most positive thing on this channel. That was so sad.
we do promise the game feels.
it,
Hashtag game feels.
it was pretty sad, but still awesome.
I thought I had fun.
Yeah, it was fun. It was really neat.
So, Pastor Recoil, you are a salty, juggling yeti. I think you should make the salty juggling yeti noise.
No, I think that's all you.
It's all me?
Yeah,
Okay,
yeah,
all right.
yeah.
So he's salty and he's juggling. So he's like,
Wow. Man.
you're marrying this.
Yeah, this is like fantastic. This is the preview of our wedding night.
God. Hello, Ajit.
Oh my god. Oh my
Oh,
god.
goodness.
Great. Wow. Okay.
The next one is for Lizzie, darling. So, Lizzie, you are a beautiful, buzzing fawn.
Aww. That seems really great for Lizzie.
Yeah, a beautiful, buzzing fawn. So it'd be like, bzzz, bzzz. I don't know, you gotta help me out here.
You're like the expert at this part. This is all you, sweetheart.
What does that say? Dryac Master? Dryac Master.
Dryac
Dryac Master. So when am I gonna do an L5R one-shot? Soon, I hope. Oh, look at that gif!
Oh
We
man.
got a gif!
Great.
So this is for Dryac Master for resubbing. Thank you so much for your resub. You guys, your subs and your contributions make this
Huge
channel
difference.
run.
Awesome.
Without
Thank you.
these contributions, like I don't have a show, we don't have a channel. So thank you so much.
And I don't get to be a guest on the channel.
That's true.
Yes.
I can't show off my consort to everybody.
Yes. The boyfriend, the consort. What else am I? The boyfriend and the consort, I think.
Uh-huh.
Strix consort.
Strix consort.
Yes.
So Dryac, you are a magnificent, exploding sugar glider. Hyper Rabbit Power Go!
Wow.
That was Reaper X-Fish. That was a sub. Look at that sub. Okay,
Awesome.
we're getting there, we're almost done. So, Nearly Wicked just resubbed for 6 months. And Mr. Strix, they want you to know.
Oh, Mr. Strix, great. That's another great name for me. Thank you, Mr. Strix.
Should we tell them our nickname? Our combined power couple nickname?
It's all you. You can do that. Go for it.
It's Widget. Widget.
That's
our nickname.
It feels like a not very powerful couple name.
I mean, it's not Brangelina, but you work with what you got.
Yeah.
Okay, so Nearly Wicked. You are a wide-eyed, equivocating Cyclops.
That's nice combination,
Right?
wide-eyed Cyclops.
Wide-eyed Cyclops. So you're like, I like to postulate on the nature of the universe and astronomy and because you're equivocating. But you're a Cyclops and you're wide-eyed, so you're like doing it like this, like, hello, how are you?
What the hell? Oh my god. Oh man. So this show is scaring me a lot.
The
for our
affirmation
relationship.
for Lizzie is actually for Cypher Fifter.
Oh.
Sorry.
Okay.
widget. Kinetic Noetic, we're almost done, I promise. This is for resubbing, because you're awesome. You are an incendiary beaming owlbear. Ta-da!
Great.
An incendiary beaming owlbear. And then Berserk Chimera. Is it Chimera or Chimera? Chimera.
I think Chimera, yeah.
Berserk Chimera. You are, Berserk Chimera, a glamorous, speculating chipmunk.
That's pretty awesome.
So it's like a chipmunk with a monocle, and it's like, I think these diamonds are below market average.
Wow, it's a really snooty chipmunk.
Well, if he's glamorous and speculating.
It's kind of
And then
like
finally, Reaper X Fish. This one is for you for the last minute resub, and then we will get off, I promise.
Widget too legit to quit.
Oh, we need that written down somewhere.
We're getting seriously trolled by your channel. your chat.
Reaper Fish, this last one is for you, and then we're gonna get out of here. You are an agreeable, cunning bunny.
Yeah. Wow.
And that's our show for today's, guys. We are over time, but it was wonderful spending the Friday with you. We hope you have a wonderful weekend. Up next is Death from Above with our special guest, Ryan Day, who will be our villain. You'll see me again, just slightly differently. This guy is gonna take off. But thanks for spending your Friday with us. Have a good day, and we will see you guys later. Laura QQ, can we get our outro song, please?
Thank you guys for having me on and being so nice and welcoming.
Affirmations, a positive feel-good show.
Yes.
The most positive thing on this channel called Hyper Rabbit Power Go. It's pretty decent.
Bye, everybody.
Bye,
have a
guys.
great weekend. Ta 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 ta.